defenders are there. It is in the end zone. Who has the ball?
Hey, I'm Greg Amsinger. Welcome to CSTV's Retrovision. The game we're about to watch is one of the wildest and most fantastic finishes in college football history. The year was 1980, and it was the third annual Holiday Bowl. After dropping its season opener to New Mexico, the Cougars and their high-powered offense rattled off 11 straight victories. Spearheading the attack, junior quarterback Jim McMahon, who played the game with the bravado that proved to be a part of his on- and off-the-field persona. With McMahon leading the way, the Cougars led the nation in passing, scoring, and total offense, and were poised to claim their school's first-ever bowl victory. Standing in their way, a team in transition. After suffering through 5 straight losing seasons, Southern Methodist had finally found a winning formula. Just find 2 guys that nobody can bring down. Their names were Craig James and Eric Dickerson, and they formed one of the greatest backfields in college football. Known as the Pony Express, the sophomore duo had the Mustangs at 8-3 and looking for a bowl upset. It's a smash-mouth ground game versus an aerial assault. Mustangs versus Cougars, and the finish is one you're not going to believe. Let's head out to San Diego for the start of the 1980 Holiday Bowl.
Garcia for the Mustangs, who compiled an excellent 8-3 record under Coach Ron Meyer. So wherever you are from the Holiday Bowl in San Diego, we wish you a very happy holiday season. Garcia gets a good put in good. It will not be run out. It will not be run out. So our first opportunity to watch the Brigham Young offense will come from the Cougar 20-yard line.
We want to thank
Jim McMahon, number 9, is the quarterback. He is the last man to join the huddle. We expect to see number 20, Scott Phillips, and number 36, Eric Lane, as his running backs. His wide receivers, Matt Braga, number 19, and to the right, Lloyd Jones, number 87. Big hole for Phillips, the tailback, and he gets about 8 yards on first down.
Good block that time by the center, Bart Oates, who took on the middle guard, Michael Carter. Excellent hole. Good block by Oates, and Phillips cuts it back very nicely.
As a result, 2nd and short yardage, 2nd and 2, Brigham Young, their own 28-yard line. Ball tip, almost intercepted by Southern Methodist. So McMahon's first pass attempt is very nearly picked off.
He gets a strong rush this time. Watch the right tackle, number 75, Harvey Armstrong.
Michael Carter, the highly touted nose guard, might have gotten a hand on that, number 74. So for Brigham Young, 3rd and 2 at the Cougar 28-yard line. That was Lane, who moved a step to his right, and we may have a delay of game penalty here called against the Cougars. Now, we were told, were we not, Grady, that McMahon likes to make a lot of changes at the line, and that may have caused it.
Yes, he does. And in the films that I saw, it is evident when he's making a change. He stands up and he yells out to the flank to let the wide receivers know that he is making the change. Ray, it's already evident that one of the key matchups in this game will be the defensive front of SMU versus the offensive line of BYU, particularly center Oates and the right guard Lloyd Eldridge against the middle guard Michael Carter and the left tackle Harvey Armstrong. 2
new wide receivers, Davis 88 and Plater 86. It is now 3rd and 8, and big rush. McMahon was right on target, but unable to hold on to the ball was his big tight end, senior Clay Brown of San Gabriel, California.
He's an excellent wide receiver, has great statistics, averages 21 yards a catch, and I think it's unusual for him to drop a pass like that.
So it's punt formation time for Kurt Gunther.
Now this is Clay Brown.
There is the highly touted defensive back and kick returner Simmons for SMU, John Simmons. Fair catch, however, signaled by the short back for the Mustangs, Dick Blaylock, who is a defensive back, and it's at the 48-yard line of SMU.
Online, in person, over the phone. At Allstate, you can do business however you want. It's a 24-hour world. You deserve a 24-hour insurance company. That's Allstate, Stan. Are you in good hands?
What you play. Who are you? Rated T for Team.
Here it comes. There it is.
NCAA soccer on CSTV.
Far post.
Check out this no-look goal. Amazing. Men's soccer, Monday, September 19th at 8. Notre Dame takes on St. John's.
So the Mustangs were equal to the first test from a rather nervous, perhaps, Brigham Young offense, caught on a 5-yard penalty for delay of game. Now our first look at this freshman-directed, tailback-oriented Mustang offense. McElhenney at quarterback. His tailback is James, but this is McElhenney, the freshman. Big gain, close to a first down. To the 40-yard line of Brigham Young goes Lance McElhenney, the Dallas freshman. First down.
At the 40-yard line.
There's an excellent move by the quarterback here. He fakes the handoff to the tailback and then tucks the ball and keeps it. The thing that made the play successful was that SMU came out in a 2 tight end offense and only 1 wide receiver, and the tight end on the right side got an excellent block.
Wide to the left comes number 7, Mitchell Bennett. He is a fine receiver. They use him on reverses, which have been very successful. First down, SMU. Now the tailback. Short yardage, about 3 yards for Craig James, the Houston, Texas sophomore. Now let's identify some of these other players for you for SMU. The offensive line, 71 is Mike Jusko. 52 is Bob Barnes. 50 is Lance Peterson, the center and captain. Mike Mason, number 67. Lee Spivey, remember that name and his number, number 76. The tight end, Clement Fox, is on the left side. Smith is wide left, the only wide receiver on 2nd down 7, SMU. McElhenney pitches. There goes the tailback, James. Beautiful timing on the option play. McElhenney to James. First down deep in BYU territory.
This is great ball handling by the freshman quarterback, McElhenney. McElhenney fakes to the left, comes back to the right, get an excellent block by a tackle out there, and away goes Craig James for about 25 yards.
So first down, SMU, 15-yard line of Brigham Young. We played just about 2 minutes and we have no score. This is the tailback, bring it to the outside, might go in, is Dickerson. Eric Dickerson, the sophomore from Sealy, Texas, puts SMU on the board.
This is an excellent job of running by Dickerson, and I'm not sure that BYU is ready for all this speed. There's the handoff. He takes it to the outside. They get an excellent block from the left tackle, Mike Jusko. And then it's just a race to the end zone, which Dickerson wins easily.
Garcia will try for the extra point, as after 2 minutes and 3 seconds, an explosive opening by SMU. So the Mustangs break on top after 2 minutes and 3 seconds, and the extra point good as signaled by John McClintock. SMU 7, BYU nothing.
What are you setting your sights on? And when you see it, will you be ready? Just pick up the phone, dial 1-800-645-ARMY, and you'll get this free DVD. You'll learn about the hundreds of opportunities the Army can offer you. Skills, education, healthcare. Call 1-800-645-ARMY, and you'll also get this free boonie hat. Whatever you're looking for, the Army can help you find it.
I'm Meredith DePaulo in New York with CSTV's At the Buzzer. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish are a top 10 team in the Associated Press poll for the first time in 3 years. Charlie Weiss's team jumped 10 spots on Sunday from number 20 to number 10 after it upset Michigan 17-10 Saturday and improved to 2-0. USC remained number 1 for the 21st straight poll, matching the run Miami made from 2001 to 2002. Villanova standout quarterback Marvin Burrows is likely to miss the remainder of the season after suffering a fractured left arm in Saturday's loss at Rutgers. According to the school's orthopedic surgeon, Burrows is expected to miss at least 3 months of action. The junior quarterback entered the season as a 1AA All-American candidate. The Wildcats are now expected to start sophomore Frank Jankowski for their home opener Saturday against Northeastern. I'm Meredith DePaulo with the Buzzers. Don't forget to catch all the live action from the new Conference USA with Conference USA All Access. Have live games and more streamed directly to your computer. Sign up now and get Conference USA All Access at a special rate. Log on to CSTV.com.
SMU in Dallas. Success starts here.
Mesa, Arizona's Vic Sikahema, and over to his left will be Pettis. They use 2 deep men. So SMU strikes in a hurry. And right after this kickoff, you'll get a second opportunity to see that scoring play by tailback Eric Dickerson. Garcia comes to the ball. And another strong kick into the end zone. And again, there will be no run back by BYU.
Ray, we identified the left tackle. Mike Jesko's getting a good block. The left end also gets a strong block. Trying to see which one that was. I think it was Clement Fox.
Would you anticipate with SMU having that great success with the double tight end and the 1 wide receiver that they'll stay with this at least for the time being, Brady?
Yes, indeed. Now that they're on top, I don't believe that they'll change their tactics at all.
All right. Now let's see what Jim McMahon has in store from the BYU 20-yard line. The nation's leading passer. Blitz underway, but McMahon's a good runner, but he gets only about 2 yards before he is caught from behind.
Tackled by Harvey Armstrong.
Harvey Armstrong, the junior tackle of the Mustangs from Houston.
I think you'll see this offensive line break down here just a little. We mentioned that I thought that Armstrong was going to be going against the guard, Mike Mason, but he was not. He was against the tackle Air and ended up making that sack.
McMahon gets 2. Second down 8. Cougar 22-yard line. 7-0. SMU leads, striking early here in the first quarter. McMahon setting up quickly. And almost intercepted. Throwing into heavy coverage intended for Bill Davis. That looked like linebacker Gary Moulton, who dropped off Grady into pass coverage.
Yes, it was. He got an awfully deep drop. SMU does drop those linebackers very deep, and here he cut underneath the intended receiver, Bill Davis, and should have had an interception. A very disappointed young man, obviously.
McMahon, we should tell you, had only 18 interceptions in the course of a 12-game regular season and completed 284 out of 445. McMahon is faced with a 3rd and 8 at the BYU 22. This time he is right on target.
I think he dropped that, Ray. Good timing, a good hit by the cornerback.
Nope, they're going to rule that. You're absolutely right, Grady. I thought it was going to be complete. It wasn't. It was on target.
There's the pass. And I think you'll see the cornerback come up and make this hit. It looked like he had the ball for just an instant. And then it flies out on the ground.
So BYU still without a first down. Gunther to punt. John Simmons, the great returner. Not only a fine defensive back, but he scored 4 touchdowns this year, 2 on punt returns. Fumble. Simmons gets it back at the SMU 46-yard line. Now let's see if the Mustang strategy is the same as the last time. We had a big run by the quarterback McElhenney. We had a great option play by McElhenney to the one tailback. Now there's that punt return that was almost fumbled by Simmons in heavy traffic.
Simmons had to move to his right and almost lost it.
33-yard punt.
So back live, it is first down. Mustangs, their own 46, leading 7-0. First quarter. Has 11:59 remaining. This is James, the one tailback. Breaks one tackle. Gets about 2 yards to the 48 or 9 yard line. There he runs into Glenn Red, number 41, and we've heard a lot about that fine linebacker for BYU.
He always plays on the strong side. Obviously, Brigham Young feels that he is their best tackler, and he does lead this team in tackles. They give him the opportunity, and he's up to making the plays.
Number 20 along the sidelines for BYU is their fine tailback, Scott Phillips. But now, SMU, second down 7, Mustang 49-yard line. This is McElhenney. He does not get a first down, but he does reach the Cougar 47-yard line, where he ran into the before-mentioned Glenn Red, the senior linebacker from Ogden, Utah.
I think you're going to see a good play on the defense on this replay. McElhenney wanted to pass. I don't think there's any question he was trying to pass, and his receivers were covered, and then he had to tuck the ball away and take off upfield. Him waving that ball around, Ray, you have to think that may cause him some trouble later in the game.
For SMU, third down 3, 47 of BYU. This is James, and he is a yard short of a first down. The Cougars played that very well, led by number 78, Chuck Ian, their sophomore from Layton, Utah. Fourth down. So after about 4.5 minutes of play, the Mustangs lead 7-0, scoring on their first possession. BYU has yet to pick up a first down. Number 23 again is Sikahema. And to his left, there's a fake. Will it result in a touchdown? Touchdown SMU.
I don't
Greg
see any
James. I see no flags down.
No flags. Greg James was lined up as the short man. I took the snap. Watch this replay from the end zone. You'll see the short snap to Dickerson. He's around the right end. James, excuse me. He's around the right end, and it was interesting to watch the punter, Kaifas. He went through with the kick. He faked it all the way.
I'll tell you this, I was back looking at trying to figure out which man was going to grab the punt, and we were expecting the fireworks, offensive fireworks, from the Brigham Young Cougars based on their regular season high-scoring record. But no, all of the fireworks have come from the Mustangs, who lead 13-0 after exactly 5 minutes of play. The Mustangs, following their second touchdown, the run out of fake punt formation, have Garcia back, and I'm not going to say he's going to try for an extra point, Grady. This might be a fake as well, but it is not. Garcia gets good leg into it, and the Mustangs add to their lead. Action resumes at the Holiday Bowl after these messages from your local station.
Why is Sirius the choice in satellite radio?
It feels like you get every song ever made. Rock, pop, hip-hop, no commercials.
We get a ton of music, no commercials. It's comedy, no bleeps. You know what I'm saying?
If it involves a uniform, a stick, ball, bang, it's right in there.
Bang, NFL is in there.
It's the best thing I ever put in my car. Next to him.
It's flat out better than regular radio. It's more than just radio. It's Sirius satellite radio. Right now, get a Sirius satellite radio for just $49.95.
Online, in person, over the phone. At Allstate, you can do business however you want. It's a 24-hour world. You deserve a 24-hour insurance company. That's Allstate, Stand. Are you in good hands?
You play. Who are you? Rated T for Team.
Go to jail for a gun crime, and your family serves a sentence with you.
Here it comes. There it is. NCAA soccer on CSTV. Check out this no-look goal. Amazing. Men's soccer, Monday, September 19th at 8. Notre Dame takes on St. John's.
Hi, I'm Chad Erickson. I'm an animation student at Brigham Young University. We just won a Student Emmy Award for our film Faux Pas. It's about a curious cat who gets into some trouble on the internet.
Very dangerous things on the internet.
Faux Pas is now part of a national internet safety campaign with McGruff, the crime dog. It's an important project for BYU because we're able to make a great film, and hopefully we can help to keep children safe.
We have played only 5 minutes, and a very concerned Lavelle Edwards, who has seen his team come to its now 3rd consecutive Holiday Bowl, losing the first 2 times out to Navy, last year to Indiana in a thriller that saw the lead exchange hands 8 times in a 38-37 Indiana win. But he knows that his team is capable of putting points on the board against quality opposition.
I don't know if they've ever been in this situation this season, Ray. Down 14 points, and half the people are still out getting popcorn. 5 minutes into the game, and you're 2 touchdowns down. However, with a pass-oriented offense, they do have the opportunity to come back.
And there's Ron Meyer, who has done an outstanding job of rebuilding the football fortunes of SMU. Now for Brigham Young, Scott Pettis again, Dave Sikahema. There's Sikahema. He has fielded both kickoffs by Garcia here in the early going, but has been unable to run either of them back. Now Garcia, an outstanding place kicker. This one won't be run back. No way. That was all the way over the end line. That young man has to have a bright future.
Here's this touchdown run again. And a well-conceived play, and obviously well executed. There's an excellent move here by this halfback, James. He sets up the cornerback and then cuts it back to the inside.
That was a second SMU touchdown. Meanwhile, Brigham Young just ran a play from the 20-yard line, tried to get Scott Phillips outside to the left, and lost 5 yards in the process. So for the Cougars, who have had very little go right so far, it is now 2nd and 15 at the Brigham Young 15-yard line. The wide receivers are Davis and Plater, and now quarterback Jim McMahon, who has not been able to complete a pass yet. There goes Phillips, and he gets about 8 yards, and as a result, for Brigham Young, a 3rd down 7 at the BYU 23. Let's identify some of these Southern Mustang defenders now for you, because they've been doing very well. Up front, Byron Hunt 80, Richard Neely 78, Michael Carter 74. He's the middleman and leader of that 5-man front. Harvey Armstrong 75, and Russ Washington, perhaps their best pass defender at the 1 outside position. Those are the 5 men up front. 3rd and 7, Brigham Young, their own 23. 14-0 SMU, first quarter. McMahon, no pressure. From behind, fine play by Harvey Armstrong, the junior from Houston. And BYU still without a first down. Did you notice, was there that good of coverage in the secondary, Grady, that he had to run?
Excellent coverage in the secondary, and they only rushed 4 men that time, so that gave them 7 men back protecting. Normally they rush 5. That one they had 4 men rushing, 7 back, and McMahon just couldn't find any place to throw the ball.
So again, it looks like Simmons will have an opportunity to handle the football. He is the deep man of several by the Mustangs. There is Simmons. Oh! This one is going to be a safety all the way over the end line, and it goes to 16-0 on a high snap that Gunther never had a chance to handle, and Brigham Young will have to kick the ball away to SMU. So a very dejected Kurt Gunther.
Watch Clay Browner. That ball is so high. He has absolutely zero chance, and I think he recognizes early that it's going to be a safety. And one wonders if this BYU team isn't just a little bit nervous. Even though this is their third consecutive Holiday Bowl, they appear to be having great difficulty getting anything together.
Come on, boy. Come on. What do you got there, Yogi? Huh? What have you found? What do you got, little fella? Drop it. Looks like someone's butt. Man, they probably lost it playing with their kids. Hey, leave it. Come on. Come on.
Hi, I'm Chad Erickson. I'm an animation student at Brigham Young University. We just won a Student Emmy Award for our film Faux Pas. It's about a curious cat who gets into some trouble on the internet.
It's some very dangerous things on the internet.
The exciting thing is that Faux Pas is now part of a national internet safety campaign with McGruff, the crime dog.
Never meet someone you found online.
Faux Pas is going to go into every second, third, and fourth grade classroom in the United States. This is going to teach children to be safe on the internet.
Never give your phone number, address to anyone on the internet.
We always tell kids, don't talk to strangers. Now we're teaching, don't talk to strangers on the internet.
The BYU animation program is doing great. We've won 3 Student Emmys, 1 Student Academy Award, and this Faux Pas project is now going national.
It's an important project for BYU because we're able to make a great film, and hopefully we can help to keep children safe.
I'm Meredith DePaulo in New York with CSTV's At the Buzzer. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish are a top 10 team in the Associated Press poll for the first time in 3 years. Charlie Weiss's team jumped 10 spots on Sunday from number 20 to number 10 after it upset Michigan 17-10 Saturday and improved to 2-0. USC remained number 1 for the 21st straight poll, matching the run Miami made from 2001 to 2002. Villanova standout quarterback Marvin Burrows is likely to miss the remainder of the season after suffering a fractured left arm in Saturday's loss at Rutgers. According to the school's orthopedic surgeon, Burrows is expected to miss at least 3 months of action. The junior quarterback entered the season as a 1AA All-American candidate. The Wildcats are now expected to start sophomore Frank Jankowski for their home opener Saturday against Northeastern. I'm Meredith DePaulo with the Buzzers. Don't forget to catch all the live action from the new Conference USA with Conference USA All Access. Have live games and more streamed directly to your computer. Sign up now and get Conference USA All Access at a special rate. Log on to CSTV.com.
Lee Johnson, barefooted punter of the Cougars. Well, that isn't quite a barefoot. I never thought I'd say semi-bare, but I'll tell you this, that's an awfully good kick. Simmons did not go out of bounds, and he gets it to the Mustang 37-yard line, but all things considered, that was a fine kick by BYU's Lee Johnson.
And they held Simmons to only 8 yards on the return. He averages about 12, and you think that very close to being out of bounds. Here's the replay. Just almost slips out of bounds, then starts it back across the middle of the field.
And one of the officials right on the spot.
Yep, and one dangerous punt returner.
All right, Lance McElhenney, the freshman quarterback, number 11, from the SMU 36-yard line. This is Dickerson, who scored a touchdown. Good speed to the outside. And turns what could have been a short gain into about an 8-yarder out to the 44.
Bill Shefflin came up to make that tackle and didn't put a very good shoulder into Dickerson. Dickerson's a big kid at 6'3" and about 205. Doesn't go down with that kind of tackle.
Jim McMahon, who broke all sorts of passing records, but he's a very confident young man. Very confident, in addition to talent. Second down 2, SMU. Bennett in motion. Dickerson gets the first down to the 48-yard line. Now, identification of the Cougar defenders would be in order. Brad Ane, number 93, Chuck Ian, 78, Mike Morgan, 77, and Glenn Tittenser, number 76, are up front for Brigham Young. The linebackers are Ed St. Pierre, 38, Kyle Whittingham, 59, and Glenn Red, 41. The corners, Tom Homo, 46, and Bill Shefflin, who made that play a moment ago, number 43. Deep are Bob Prested and Mark Brady. First down, SMU at the Mustang 48. 16-0. Mustangs lead first quarter early. There's that tailback again. Dickerson, first down. BYU 40.
He wasn't even the starter, Ray. The starter, Craig James, has 73 yards and 5 carries, and if Dickerson keeps running like this, he's going to be right up there with James. Sees just a straight handoff. Dickerson follows the block of the fullback, and you'll notice that the SMU offensive linemen just stayed on their feet and kept driving, and that's what makes that kind of play work.
First down, 41-yard line of Brigham Young. There goes James, the other tailback. But this time, very little is there, and Glenn Redd, the senior from Ogden, led the defensive charge, that outstanding Brigham Young linebacker. Now the Mustangs that time, in addition to changing tailbacks, also changed fullbacks. Number 31, Dave Dykehuizen. Second down, 8. SMU 39 of Brigham Young. 6 minutes left to play first quarter. 16-0 SMU leading. Anthony Smith was the man in motion. The pitch is to James, and a penalty flag down. Penalty flag down near the line of scrimmage. Redd made the tackle. The Mustangs are reacting here as if they believe the penalty is against their offensive team. Nope. Offside Brigham Young.
When it rains, it pours.
Offside. It'll be declined. The gain was of more than enough for a first down. And it comes at the 30-yard line.
There's just the option play. Redd comes in and forces the quarterback to pitch, and he gets it to that halfback who has a little bit of running room, and he picks up 8 yards.
First down, SMU 30-yard line of Brigham Young. This is Dickerson. Well, Brady, is that offensive line operating as well as these huge gains would indicate, or is it the hard running of the backs, or just a combination?
I think it's a combination of both of those things, and this play is run right behind the big right tackle, Leaf Spivey. He weighs 270 pounds, and they tell me that he can do 4.9 in the 40, and that's awfully fast for a man of any size. When he weighs 270, he generates a lot of force when he comes off the ball.
Dickerson picked up 7. It's 2nd and 3 at the 23 of Brigham Young. Here comes Dickerson to the outside, but this time Brigham Young makes a big play. Number 93, Brad Onay, was one of the Cougars who penetrated, and result is a loss of 2. It is 3rd and 5 at the Cougar 25.
It'll be interesting to see what SMU does here. They have not passed as yet, and only on one occasion do we suspect that they were trying to pass.
Now McElhenney will have wide right Anthony Smith, wide left Gary Smith. Broken down and almost intercepted by Bill Shefflin, the left cornerback, number 43. Made a super play.
Yes, he did. It was just a little square out pass. They were only looking for about 5 yards, and that ball was only thrown at about 4. He was going to let the wide receiver do the rest of it. Shefflin times it up very well and cuts in front and almost makes the interception, which could have gotten BYU back in this ballgame.
So now Eddie Garcia will apparently try a field goal. He has been successful on 11 of 21. This will be a 42-yard attempt. It has the distance. It is good. So with 4:21 left to play in the first quarter, Southern Methodist University has stunned the Cougars.
We are the men and women of the United States Army Reserve. We are regular people who share our time serving our country and our communities. Our training makes us stronger as soldiers and as citizens who stand ready.
To find out how you can serve your country in the Army Reserve, call 1-888-624-ARMY for this free DVD and get a free sports watch. Stand ready in the Army Reserve.
CSTV Football Nation. Log on to CSTV.com for a complete schedule.
Quick, in the top 5 water polo players in the world. Okay, how about 1? Yeah. I didn't start playing water polo to get famous. And the same goes for being a biology major. I like working in protein chemistry. Quick, in the top 5 protein chemists in the world.
There are over 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us are going pro in something other than sports.
SMU in Dallas. Success starts here.
Here in southern Utah, BYU is helping NASA prepare for a manned trip to Mars. Part of what we do is simulation. It's not like classroom work. We also do important research.
It's really new research, new discoveries that we're making.
One of the things it does is help students broaden their horizons. This isn't just about setting foot on Mars, it's about stepping into the future.
Garcia now from the SMU 30. This time the deep men have moved up about 5 yards. Pettis and Sakahima. Sakahima at the 5. 15. Whoa, was he hit? My goodness.
I don't believe.
SMU tight end Clement Fox.
And Ray, I don't believe this wedge of Brigham Young. It looked like they opened the door. The man on the left thought the guy on the right had it. This is an excellent hit by Fox.
Although partially screened, you can almost feel the impact from the Brigham Young 20-yard line. Let's see what McMahon can do. Scott Phillips manages to wedge out about 3. Remember now, here late in the first quarter, the Cougars have been unable to pick up a first down. McMahon has not been able to complete a pass. And I would have to believe now that the important thing from a Brigham Young point of view would be that Brigham Young hopefully somehow can retain its poise as a team.
So all they need to do is pick up a couple of first downs, and I think they'll settle down.
Davis left, Plater to the left. That's Bill Davis out to the left. Second down, 8. McMahon looking for his first completion. Great protection. This is Phillips. And he turns it upfield for a BYU first down at the 31-yard line. So McMahon has his first completion.
This is McMahon's first completion, and I think what you'll see here is the linebackers drop very, very deep. And McMahon has good protection. There Phillips makes the reception at the 25, and there are no SMU players within 5 yards of him.
So it's a first down at the Cougar 31-yard line. Getting pressure. This one is complete to Phillips again. So now McMahon is showing what a smart quarterback he is. He has big pressure. He didn't try to go deep, try to get anything that wasn't there. He went to Phillips, who is an outstanding receiver, his tailback.
Phillips also has excellent speed. If he gets that ball in the open with a little room to run, he has the capability of scattering the field. But Brigham Young is going to have to be careful and watch Russ Washington, who's playing right in. He came free that time, and Ray, you pointed out at the start of the broadcast, he is probably their best pass rusher.
A gain of 5, second and 5 at the BYU 36-yard line. Again, fine protection. This might go all the way. Clay Brown. Touchdown.
This is really an excellent play. Goes for 64 yards. McMahon has adequate protection. And I think that the defensive back gambled just a little. Tried to come over and make an interception, make a play on the ball.
64 yards. McMahon to Clay Brown.
This is a great move by Brown, and I think the defensive back just got outflanked a little bit. There's the pass. And the man misses the tackle, and I did not get that number. We'll see that play after this kick.
BYU gets point number 7 on the board as Eric Kafis adds point number 7 for the Cougars.
It's heartbreaking to watch what our fellow citizens in Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama are going through. And it invokes within all of us a desire to help. And all of us can help.
You know, we know Americans are generous, compassionate people, and that's why we come to you again, not as presidents, but as private citizens.
The best way to help now is to make a cash donation, and every contribution, large or small, will impact a life. So please visit usafreedomcorps.gov for more information on how you can give.
Our fellow Americans along the Gulf Coast will need the help of this country for a long, long time. It'll be a difficult road, but when tragedy strikes, Americans respond.
And America is better for it. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Chad Erickson. I'm an animation student at Brigham Young University. We just won a Student Emmy Award for our film Faux Pas. It's about a curious cat who gets into some trouble on the internet.
It's some very dangerous things on the internet.
The exciting thing is that Faux Pas is now part of a national internet safety campaign with McGruff, the crime dog.
Never meet someone you found online.
Faux Pas is going to go into every second, third, and fourth grade classroom in the United States. This is going to teach children to be safe on the internet.
Never give your phone number, address to anyone on the internet.
We always tell kids, don't talk to strangers. Now we're teaching, don't talk to strangers on the internet.
The BYU animation program is doing great. We've won 3 student Emmys, 1 Student Academy Award, and this Faux Pas project is now going national.
It's an important project for BYU because we're able to make a great film, and hopefully we can help to keep children safe.
NCAA volleyball is back on CSTV. Non-stop, heart-pounding action from the best volleyballers around the country. CSTV takes you courtside for every dig and kill. From the first serve to the final spike, NCAA volleyball on CSTV. AVCA Match of the Week. Sunday at 6, UCLA takes on Wisconsin.
Welcome back to CSTV's Retrovision. After almost an entire quarter without a first down or even a completed pass, BYU finally gets on the board with a bomb. Let's see if the Cougars can keep up the momentum. They have the ball deep in their own territory as the second quarter gets underway.
Second down 8 at the Cougar 13-yard line. McMahon. Intercepted by SMU at the SMU 46-yard line. Charles Bruton, a senior defensive back, number 27 from Nacogdoches.
This is an excellent play on the part of Bruton. It looks like he's beaten. McMahon does not get this ball out in front of the receiver enough, and Bruton is able to make up the ground and make the interception. Excellent play by the defense.
First turnover of the game belongs to the Mustangs, and they have it at their own 46-yard line. Incidentally, the clock didn't start to run on the scoreboard. So the play was run off, and this is Dickerson, the big tailback, who is, along with Craig James, done an excellent job in this tailback-oriented offense, and there is the man who intercepted Bruton for the Mustangs. Now the clock starts to run. I think this might be the reason for this huddle on the part of the officials. That first play, the passing play of the second quarter, resulted in no seconds being run off the clock. Second down.
Moving too quick. Hey, baby, go. Go. Let's go now. Let's go, baby.
At the 48-yard line of BYU. Michael Charles.
This is a good tackle by the middle linebacker, Kyle Whittingham.
Which gives us an opportunity to identify some of these other BYU defenders. The linebackers are St. Pierre, 38, Whittingham, who made that tackle, 59, and Red, 41. And here are the linebackers.
You'll see the middle linebacker, Whittingham, excuse me. No, that's, yeah, Whittingham. He shoots after the center blocks back. He comes into that hole and makes the tackle for virtually no gain.
Third down, 3.5. McElhenney getting some pressure. Penalty flag down. Dickerson was the receiver, but a penalty flag down behind the line.
That is the first pass completion for SMU and McElhenney.
And a roughing the passer penalty will be very costly here to Brigham Young, because the gain was to the Brigham Young 42-yard line. And we'll await the explanation from referee John McClintock, as a major penalty is measured off against the Cougars, which moves the ball to the Brigham Young 27-yard line.
And it was roughing the passer, although McElhenney did not end up on the ground. Apparently he got hit well after he threw the ball.
Number 44 for the Cougars into the defensive lineup is David Opue. And wide to the right is the speedster, who sometimes carries on reverses, Mitchell Bennett. First down. Fake to the tailback. This is Bennett. Ran a good pattern and a 1st and goal to go at the Brigham Young 7-yard line.
He runs a fine pattern, and
a penalty flag.
There's a flag down at the 7. I think you'll see excellent pass protection for McElhenney. He makes a running fake to the deep back, and then Mitchell breaks across the middle. And we don't even see a defender in the picture.
Mitchell Bennett is hit then by Bill Shefflin, the cornerback.
I think that must be a face mask. Oh, there it is. A little pushing.
There's Ron Meyer, the head coach of SMU. We understood he had some things planned that Brigham Young would not be ready for, and so far we've seen them. Half the distance to the goal line. Another penalty against BYU moves the ball inside the 4. Unsportsmanlike conduct is the signal. So now the Mustangs are going to go to double tight end. Pardon me, Grady.
I was going to say, Ray, one wonders if BYU, the players, aren't getting just a little bit frustrated, unable to do anything on offense, and really unable to contain this SMU offense as well.
Close-up is of McElhenney. It's his brother Lot McElhenney who is in motion, and the tailback is hit near the line of scrimmage by Glenn Titanser.
Let's go! What a blow about line!
I don't think we need to tell you we have a microphone down along the sidelines.
That's a happy group of Mustangs down there.
2nd and goal between the 1 and 2 yard line of Brigham Young. Early 2nd quarter, 19-7, SMU leading. Dickerson now is the tailback. The fullback is Dijkhuizen. The tailback, Dickerson to the outside. Nope. Brigham Young was waiting. 43 was Shefflin, the fine cornerback, one of the first to make contact, and a loss on the play near the 4 yard line where it is 3rd and goal. And now BYU substitutes in the secondary with Bob Preston.
Ray, this is a super defensive play by Shefflin. He gets across the line in excellent shape and forces Dickerson back to the middle where all the pursuit is, and they hold him to a 1 yard loss.
3rd and goal.
Be interesting to see what Ron Meyer and his offensive assistant Steve Endicott cooked up for this situation.
The only setback is Charles, the fullback. McElhenney to the end zone. Touchdown.
That was to James. He had lined up as a wingback on the right, went in motion all the way across the formation, and I don't know if the Brigham Young defenders lost him in all that activity, but he was very open And it was an easy touchdown for SMU. There goes James across the formation. McElhaney looks like he's going to sprint it out and run. And when he throws it, you'll see that nobody is close to James.
Little did we know when we said that this was a tailback-oriented offense of the big role that these tailbacks would play. Craig James and Eric Dickerson have been outstanding in an attack directed by the freshman Lance McElhaney, the quarterback. Kicker Eddie Garcia is in. His holder is the punter Eric Kafis. An attempt for point number 26 for SMU. Garcia on target.
What are you setting your sights on? And when you see it, will you be ready? Just pick up the phone, dial 1-800-645-ARMY, and you'll get this free DVD. You'll learn about the hundreds of opportunities the Army can offer you. Skills, education, healthcare. Call 1-800-645-ARMY, and you'll also get this free boonie hat. Whatever you're looking for, the Army can help you find it.
It's wild, it's wacky, it's a whole new ballgame. Mario Superstar Baseball. Only for Nintendo GameCube. Rated E for everyone.
Go to jail for a gun crime, and your family serves a sentence with you.
SMU in Dallas. Success starts here.
Hi, I'm Chad Erickson. I'm an animation student at Brigham Young University. We just won a Student Emmy Award for our film Faux Pas. It's about a curious cat who gets into some trouble on the internet.
It's some very dangerous things on the internet.
The exciting thing is that Faux Pas is now part of a national internet safety campaign with McGruff, the crime dog.
Never meet someone you found online.
Faux Pas is going to go into every second, third, and fourth grade classroom in the United States. This is going to teach children to be safe on the internet.
Never give your phone number, address to anyone on the internet.
We always tell kids, don't talk to strangers. Now we're teaching, don't talk to strangers on the internet.
The BYU animation program is doing great. We've won 3 student Emmys, 1 Student Academy Award, and this Faux Pas project is now going national.
It's an important project for BYU because we're able to make a great film, and hopefully we can help to keep children safe.
We're shanked a bit to the side and out of bounds. Sakahima might be able to run this one out. Yep. 5, 10. Short run back. Mustangs have done an excellent job of covering kicks, so Jim McMahon and company must start from the BYU 16-yard line, trailing 26-7. We see that Phillips will be the tailback, number 20. Eric Lane, number 36. The Hayward, California senior, will be the fullback.
Got the T-scoop the backside. Get this guy cut off.
Pretty sophisticated terminology as near as I can tell today.
You want to know what goes on along the sidelines? That's what goes on along the sidelines. From the Brigham Young 16. McMahon being chased and loses about 5. Chased out of bounds by Byron Hunt, the Longview, Texas senior defensive end.
We'll see some strong penetration here in the middle of this line. That's the nose tackle, Michael Carter, just driving the center back. He loses him at the line of scrimmage, gets McMahon into a running game, and eventually wins it.
Result, loss of about 4. Second down, 14 at the Cougar 11.5-yard line. Wide to the left is Bill Davis. To the right is Dan Plater. Incomplete is the ruling. Plater had it for an instant, the Reno, Nevada junior, but it's ruled incomplete. And for Brigham Young, it is going to be a 3rd and 14.
SMU is getting such a strong pass rush on McMahon, and obviously good coverage in certain instances. They force him out of his original throw over here to Plater on the sideline. And
I'm sorry, that was Eric Lane, not the 86.
Yep. Even if Lane had made that reception, he wouldn't have gotten too much.
3rd and 14. At the 30-yard line, McMahon gets a big 3rd down completion to his wide receiver, Matt Braga.
This is the kind of play that McMahon is capable of. You'll see Braga coming from the left side, and he just runs a square-in pattern. On this particular play, the BYU offensive line gives McMahon good protection. Braga, a little guy, not a great deal of speed, but an excellent receiver because he rarely drops one.
First down at the Brigham Young 31-yard line. 26-7 is the score, and SMU is leading. The big rush, and the ball batted down by one of those big defensive linemen. I believe that might have been Michael Carter, the strong man, nose guard, the sophomore from Dallas.
You know, that was one of the occasions when the center, Bart Oates, had an excellent block on Carter, and it ended up working against BYU because Carter was still on the line of scrimmage whenever the ball was thrown.
Second down, 10. Braga goes to the right. Lloyd Jones comes out to the left. 2 of McMahon's favorite targets. Fumble. McMahon gets it back. But loss of a couple. Loss of a down. It'll be 3rd and 12 at the Cougar 29.
See if the exchange works out here. That does look like he pulled out just a little bit on the center. He had the presence of mind, of course, to get back in and scramble around and make the recovery.
3rd down, 12, 11 minutes to play, first half. Here comes the rush. Down goes McMahon. The blitz came from Blaine Smith, one of the safety men, number 23.
Yep, safety blitz, and if we get a replay on this.
Maybe from her.
She might have it. Watch the nose guard here. Take a swing at the center. This is not a game for the genteel.
So McMahon is sacked. Punt formation time. Simmons is deep at the SMU 41-yard line. Good punt. Simmons, fair catch, 44-yard line, SMU.
You see him in your rearview mirror, and suddenly you're the world's best driver. You hit the brakes, hang up the cell phone, use your turn signal. Sound familiar? Allstate knows there's a good driver in each of us. A police car shouldn't be the only thing that brings it out. So Allstate cuts safe drivers a break, up to 20%. Reward works better than punishment. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands?
CSTV Football Nation. Log on to CSTV.com for a complete schedule.
SMU in Dallas. Success starts here.
Sportsmanship is going to be developed if you love and respect the game. For the guys who compete, there's nothing that beats the euphoria of being in that locker room and that you've won a tough ball game. And without love for the game and respect for your opponent, then you really miss out on the essence of competition. Those are concepts that we're always trying to teach. NCAA football, every game counts.
Hi, I'm Chad Erickson. I'm an animation student at Brigham Young University. We just won a Student Emmy Award for our film Faux Pas. It's about a curious cat who gets into some trouble on the internet.
Very dangerous things on the internet.
Faux Pas is now part of a national internet safety campaign with McGruff, the crime dog. It's an important project for BYU because we're able to make a great film, and hopefully we can help to keep children safe.
Meredith DePaulo here with CSTV's At the Buzzer. Cal head football coach Jeff Tedford told the Contra Costa Times through a spokesperson Sunday that Cal running back Marshawn Lynch is expected to start this week against Illinois, despite suffering a dislocated finger in Saturday's win at Washington. He won't require surgery, although he will continue to be evaluated. Lynch is Cal's leading rusher through 2 games, taking over for NFL draft pick J.J. Arrington. And legendary sportscaster Chris Schenkel died on Sunday following a long battle with emphysema. To college sports fans, Schenkel will be remembered for calling what some believe was the game of the century, a 1971 Nebraska-Oklahoma showdown. He became the first to call a college football game coast to coast on ABC and was elected to the College Football Hall of Fame in 1988. He was 82 years old. And tune in this Saturday to CSTV's Football Nation for a triple header beginning at 1:30 Eastern. Princeton visits Lafayette, followed by William & Mary versus Rhode Island, and Tulane's first game of the season against Mississippi State at 8 Eastern. I'm Meredith DePaulo. For more, log on to CSTV.com.
A very explosive SMU Mustang team has the ball at their own 44-yard line with 10 minutes to play in a first half that sees SMU leading 26-7. That can be labeled nothing but a big surprise. Here's Derrick. Here is Dickerson, their talented tailback, running one-on-one against Glenn Titensor, the senior from Westminster, California. And the result, no gain.
I think you'll see a good defensive play here by the left-hand Titensor. He gets a little help from Whittingham on the rush. I think it was more Titensor than anything, and he evidently won that one-on-one battle with Lee Spivey.
Second down, 10. Wide to the left is Mitchell Bennett. To the right is Gary Smith. McElhenney fakes short.
There's a flag down.
Number 89, Gary Smith, was the intended target. What McElhenney wanted to give him was that stop and go.
You will see that Bill Shefflin prevented the go part of that stop and go.
But pass interference to call. First down, SMU, Brigham Young, 44-yard line. And bringing in the play from the sidelines is tight end Ricky Bolden. So apparently SMU now will move to double tight ends. Fox 86, Bolden 87. The one wide receiver is Bennett, who is wide to the left, right in front of his coach Ron Meyer. This is Dickerson. Limited to about 4 yards. Has Brigham Young made any great defensive change in strategy, in alignment or anything, Grady, to try and stop this offense?
I haven't seen anything. They still are playing a very balanced defense with the 4 down linemen lining up over the guards and the tackles. The middle linebacker appears to be a little more active than he was at the start of this game, and in fact is crowding the ball almost in a blitzing mode.
Second down 7, 41-yard line of Brigham Young. That was Anthony Smith in motion. McElhenney has a lot of running room if he wants to run. First down inside the 30. Boy, what a dimension he adds to this offense with that great ability to run, and he's only a freshman from Dallas.
A really quick move you'll see by McElhenney. He gets to the outside, fakes to the tailback. He wants to throw this ball, can't find anybody, tucks it away, and there he shows his real speed.
Got a great block from Michael Charles, his sophomore fullback. First down SMU, Brigham Young 29-yard line. Just over 8 minutes to play in the first half. Dominated totally by SMU except for the one touchdown pass by McMahon to his tight end. This time the fullback is used for one of the few times in this game. Michael Charles, who blocked well on the first down run for McElhenney, gets 2 yards to the 26-yard line. Continuing to go with 2 tight ends. Fox is on the left, Bolden is on the right. Again, Anthony Smith goes in motion. This is Dickerson, forced deep. Good play. I think that was set up by the safety, Mark Brady, was it not?
Without question. Brady read that turnaround option play that was successful early. And you'll see strong penetration by the safety, Brady. And McElhenney just had nowhere to go with the ball. Brady is right there, 5 yards deep from the SMU backfield.
And that enabled Titanser to make the tackle. Loss on the play. 3rd and 9 at the BYU 27-yard line. Anthony Smith is out to the left, working against cornerback Tom Holmoe. Pressure. Incomplete pass, or is it a lateral?
It was an incomplete pass.
Incomplete. It was a forward, but very close to being a lateral pass.
From our vantage point, I think that we could see it was a pass.
So 4th down. And Garcia, the place kicker, with Cephas, the holder, is coming in, and we apparently will have a field goal attempt of about 44 to 45 yards.
The other one he made was 42 yards, so this is well within his range.
A 44-yard attempt, 6:52 to play, first half. It is good
by a long way.
What a strong leg by Eddie Garcia.
So nice out here.
Yeah, I used to come out here when I was a kid. Nothing.
No, I definitely heard something.
Look!
Who's that?
Let's get out of here! What are you doing? Shut the door!
Okay.
He does? I'm sorry! Come on, baby!
Think history is a little scary? Then log on to LOC.gov and see how much fun it can be. The Library of Congress at LOC.gov.
Hi, I'm Chad Erickson. I'm an animation student at Brigham Young University. We just won a Student Emmy Award for our film Faux Pas. It's about a curious cat who gets into some trouble on the internet.
Did some very dangerous things on the internet.
The exciting thing is that Faux Pas is now part of a national internet safety campaign with McGruff, the crime dog.
Never meet someone you found online.
Faux Pas is going to go into every 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade classroom in the United States. This is going to teach children to be safe on the internet.
Never give your phone number, address to anyone on the internet.
We always tell kids, don't talk to strangers. Now we're teaching, don't talk to strangers on the internet.
The BYU animation program is doing great. We've won 3 student Emmys, 1 Student Academy Award, and this Faux Pas project is now going national.
It's an important project for BYU because we're able to make a great film, and hopefully we can help to keep children safe.
NCAA volleyball is back on CSTV. Non-stop, heart-pounding action from the best volleyballers around the country. CSTV takes you courtside for every dig and kill. From the first serve to the final spike, NCAA volleyball on CSTV. AVCA Match of the Week. Sunday at 6, UCLA takes on Wisconsin.
When the names shaping college sports speak this candidly.
People say, well, you're undefeated. That must have been wonderful. Well, it wasn't that wonderful every day.
Got to be watching 1-to-1. CSTV gets up close and personal with the biggest names in college sports. Sunday at 9, Ohio State head football coach Jim Tressel.
For instant access to all of the latest college football news, scores, highlights, and analysis, bookmark CSTV.com.
Welcome back to CSTV's Retro Vision, where the SMU Mustangs are running wild over the Cougars of BYU. We've already seen trick plays, safeties, and scoring plays from all over the field, and there's still plenty of time in the half. SMU has the ball again and is looking to run up the score.
We still have over 4 minutes left to play in the first half that has been dominated almost in total by the Mustangs. Scored on their first possession. Scored a second touchdown on a run out of punt formation. Scored on a pass. Number 81 wide left is Anthony Smith, the only wide receiver. SMU going with a double tight end offense. Here comes a tailback, Craig James, hard running, getting good yardage. First down out around the 45-yard line. Boy, they have two hard running tailbacks in Craig James and Eric Dickerson.
They also have an excellent offensive line. Watch the right end, Ricky Bolton, number 87. He takes the linebacker and just drives him back off the ball and doesn't lose him until he's got him 6 yards deep in the secondary, and then James does the rest.
Result, SMU first down, Mustang 45-yard line. Number 81, Anthony Smith, will be replaced by Mitchell Bennett, the sophomore speedster from Bonham, Texas. He is to the near, the short side of the field. Mitchell Bennett. Right to the tailback. McElhenney gets away from one, but not another Cougar. But McElhenney does well to get back to the line of scrimmage before being brought down by Chuck Ian.
Excellent pass coverage in the secondary. McElhaney has time initially to throw the ball, but can't find anyone, then has to end up running and makes a fine play in his own right, avoiding that first tackle and getting the ball back to the line of scrimmage.
Now Anthony Smith comes back in, sent in by that man, Ron Meyer. 2nd and 10 SMU at their own 45-yard line. The fullback, nothing there as Michael Charles is hit down very quickly. It will be 3rd down and 9 at the Mustang 46. We're going to have a change in the offensive line now. Harry Hartnett is coming in. He'll replace Mike Mason at right guard. Here's a 3rd and 9, SMU play. McElhenney under pressure. That pass was completed somehow.
I have
Anthony Smith.
Have no idea.
Was it Anthony Smith? No, it wasn't. It was tight end Clement Fox. But how in heaven's name McElhenney ever got it away, I don't know.
Here's McElhenney. He wants to look left. Can't find anybody. Goes into his act. Scrambles around. Makes a couple of people miss. And Mark Brady came right over the top of Fox. I don't know how in the world Fox hung onto that ball, but he did.
Lance McElhenney signaled over to his coach that he definitely wanted to go for the first down. The play gained to within a yard of a first down at the Cougar 46-yard line. Now there's no indication here on the part of SMU that they are going to kick it away. I don't know whether we should call that a ground level or about an amp level camera, Grady. Here's the signal. We had a penalty. Defensive penalty, a pass interference penalty, which will result in a first down. And here, we're going to say we're going to hear from the referee, but our referee's microphone has not been in operation this evening.
What they had was a 9-yard gain, but it would have been left at 4th and 1, and they took a 5-yard penalty, which made it 1st and 10.
But it is a 1st and 10 at the SMU 49. Dyke Husen is the fullback. Anthony Smith is in motion. The fake was to Dickerson. McElhenney loves to roll. Penalty flag down. The pass incomplete at the 38-yard line of BYU. But remember, we have a penalty flag.
This is a real contact game, and we mentioned earlier, it's not for the timid. Watch this hit. Ouch.
SMU will be penalized on the play if Brigham Young elects to accept it. And the Cougars do. And it's a major penalty, a 15-yarder. And with 2:28 to play in the half, a holding penalty. A 15-yarder moves it back to the SMU 35-yard line. Now let's see if SMU would desert the double tight ends, might use the wide. Now they're going to go with the double wide receivers now. Anthony Smith 81, Gary Smith 89 are both in the game. Anthony Smith will go in motion. Dickerson trying to get outside and nowhere to go. Good play. Brad Ane, the junior from Hawaii, number 93, and a loss on the play.
This is excellent penetration by the right side of the BYU defense. Dickerson just has no place to go. Now he comes up and makes this tackle for a 5-yard loss.
Second and 30 as Dickerson gets about 9 or 10, and it's going to be a 3rd and 20. Watching the clock, it's running. Less than a minute and a half will remain in the first half when the ball is snapped the next time by Lance Peterson, the captain, to his quarterback Lance McElhenney. But the Cougars decide that they'll stop the clock here with a timeout. We are live at the Holiday Bowl in San Diego. The SMU Mustangs have shocked this crowd of near 30,000 by leading BYU 29-7 here late in the first half. It is a 3rd and 20 for the Mustangs at their own 39-yard line. Lance McElhenney has directed this attack all of the first half. Hands off to Dickerson, his tailback. Dickerson gets a couple of yards. It's going to bring up a 4th and long. Punt formation time for SMU. Time left in the first half, 1 minute and 23 seconds. Back deep by Sikahema. Not too deep. Great difficulty running it back. But there goes Sikahema. Maybe.
He's gone.
He is gone. He is gone. Oh.
He just makes a truly outstanding move to field this ball among coverage people. I'm sure we'll get a replay of this from a couple of different angles. This is a great individual play by Sikahema. Here we are from the end zone. The kick is not very good. Pappas kicks it short. It bounces. The coverage man lets up just a little. Sikahema comes between them, picks it up down the sideline, and you'll see him make a fine move on the safety man here, which is Craig James.
And it's a play just like that could very well spark this Brigham Young team that is now within 16 points at 29-13. And the extra point attempt by Kurt Gunther is going to be a fake. It is going to be a pass, and it is going to be incomplete. The pass was attempted by Bill Shepard.
Go to jail for a gun crime, and your family serves a sentence with you.
SMU in Dallas. Success starts here.
America is football nation, and our capital is CSTV. Saturday, Princeton at Lafayette, followed by William and Mary at URI. Then the Mississippi State Bulldogs take on the Tulane Green Wave. He's in the end zone. Citizens of football nation unite, because once you leave the field of battle, we all live under the same great flag. It all begins Saturday at 1.
When the names shaping college sports speak this candidly,
People say, well, you're undefeated. That must have been wonderful. Well, it wasn't that wonderful every day.
you've got to be watching 1-to-1. CSTV gets up close and personal with the biggest names in college sports. Sunday at 9, Ohio State head football coach Jim Tressel.
CSTV Football Nation. Log on to CSTV.com for a complete schedule.
Decision is no. This is Blaylock at the goal line. 10, 20, that's all. Holding on for dear life was Mark Brady.
20-yard return.
Mike Jensen was there. Now let's see whether SMU plays it close to the vest or not, with the ball deep in their own territory and 1:04 left in the half. There is the hero of that punt return, number 23 for the Cougars. By Sakahima, a freshman from Mesa, Arizona.
When things go bad, they really go bad. There's a penalty flag down.
At the 29-yard line of SMU.
And I think they're calling tripping against BYU. That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
So instead of having it at the 21, the Mustangs will have it at their 30, close to the 36. Now that's unusual. A clipping penalty against the team that kicked off. That you just don't see very often.
Particularly when you're the host school.
All right. The wide receiver is Gary Smith to the right. To the left is Anthony Smith. In the slot right is Dickerson, the tailback. And McElhenney's going to the air. Oh, and that was Shefflin who almost picked it off, intended for Dickerson. And that would have been 6 if he'd have grabbed that.
I hate to question a coach of Ron Meyer's ability, but one wonders what he's trying to prove here. I mean, you could sit on this lead very nicely, make the other guys come to you. Maybe you'd get some interceptions.
Now, 2nd and 10, SMU 35. Again, the single setback. Michael Charles, the Houston sophomore, but here goes McElhenney to the air again. And this one he completes close to a first down out around the 46-yard line. Craig James, the tailback. And SMU is definitely trying to get something going here. 54 seconds left in the half now.
Here's an end zone shot of that pass. McElhenney drops back, gets more than adequate protection, hits James coming across the middle. And he was open, wide open.
First down, 46-yard line as the clock ticks away the final seconds. Here's Craig James. Cut from behind by Chuck Ian, the Layton, Utah sophomore. This is the hurry-up offense, no huddle. Tailback Craig James, one of the running and receiving stars of the first half. That ball bounced off Glenn Teitzener, the defensive end, intended for Craig James.
Teitzener saw that they were going to try to throw the ball into the flat to James and just left his block. Did not try and rush McElhenney, just tried to get out there in the way and apparently got a piece of that ball.
Is Teitzener as active as it seems to me he is?
Yes, he makes a lot of plays for them. He is their leading sack man with 13 quarterback traps. And they've also given him credit for 38 hurries on the quarterback.
Smith and Bennett are both out wide to the left on 3rd down and 4. McElhenney is dropped for a loss. It'll be 4th down with only 22 seconds. Less than that now as the clock continues to run. Now, surprisingly, SMU asks for a timeout. Now that I don't understand, unless I don't see anybody injured.
No, I saw the man call the timeout, number 52, Robert Barnes. And the only reason you'd want to call one is if you're going to try and retain possession. After you've just gotten burned with an 80-yard punt return, I don't think you'd want to give the other man an opportunity.
I have a feeling that Ron Meyer might have been surprised by that timeout call.
Yes, I would have to agree.
The special team is about to come on with 17 seconds remaining in the half. Eric Kafis will be doing the punting.
I wouldn't be surprised to see BYU go for a block here. If they happen to rough him, there's not much time left for SMU to do anything with it. But now the alignment doesn't indicate that.
They have just the 8 men up front. Oh, they did go for it, and Shefflin almost got one. Down by SMU, 26-yard line of Brigham Young. 6 seconds left in the half. Here was that near block.
Yep, and it's a great acting job by Kifus. The man runs well in front of him. Now watch Kifus fall. He now is qualified for the National Football League.
All right, 6 seconds left in a very exciting first half. Jim McMahon with maybe an opportunity to throw 1, maybe 2 more passes. He has thrown 1 touchdown pass, that to his tight end, Clay Brown, on an outstanding pass and run play. Brown made a great catch and then run. McMahon inside the 20, 4 seconds left. 2 seconds. He's going to let it all hang out. Braga down there and incomplete.
So a late punt return from Vi Sikahema has given the Cougars some hope as they head into the locker room down 16 to the Mustangs. We have yet to see the magical stuff that made Jim McMahon's 1980 campaign legendary. By season's end, McMahon had thrown for 4,571 yards. No quarterback to that point had even reached 4,000 yards in a season. His 47 touchdowns also shattered the previous mark of 39 and made up another of the 26 NCAA records he broke or tied that year. BYU's legendary football coach Lavelle Edwards spoke to us about coaching McMahon and the respect and admiration he had for him.
Jim is a great guy to coach. No, absolutely no question. The guy is, I really like Jim. He's tough, he's smart, he is somewhat outspoken and never did like being around there, but the thing that he did do is he stayed there and he redshirted. And he did what he...
Hip-hop, no commercials. We get a ton of music, no commercials. It's comedy, no bleeps. You know what I'm saying?
If it involves a uniform, a stick, a ball, bang, it's right in there.
Bang, NFL is in there. It's the best thing I ever put in my car. Next to him.
It's flat out better than regular radio.
It's more than just radio. It's Sirius Satellite Radio. Right now, get a Sirius Satellite Radio for just $49.95.
What are you setting your sights on? And when you see it, will you be ready? Just pick up the phone, dial 1-800-645-ARMY, and you'll get this free DVD. You'll learn about the hundreds of opportunities the Army can offer you. Skills, education, healthcare. Call 1-800-645-ARMY, and you'll also get this free boonie hat. Whatever you're looking for, the Army can help you find it.
SMU in Dallas. Success starts here.
Meredith DiPaolo here with CSTV's At the Buzzer. Cal head football coach Jeff Tedford told the Contra Costa Times through a spokesperson Sunday that Cal running back Marshawn Lynch is expected to start this week against Illinois, despite suffering a dislocated finger in Saturday's win at Washington. He won't require surgery, although he will continue to be evaluated. Lynch is Cal's leading rusher through 2 games, taking over for NFL draft pick J.J. Arrington. And legendary sportscaster Chris Schenkel died on Sunday following a long battle with emphysema. To college sports fans, Schenkel will be remembered for calling what some believe was the game of the century, a 1971 Nebraska-Oklahoma showdown. He became the first to call a college football game coast to coast on ABC and was elected to the College Football Hall of Fame in 1988. He was 82 years old. And tune in this Saturday to CSTV's Football Nation for a triple header beginning at 1:30 Eastern. Princeton visits Lafayette, followed by William & Mary versus Rhode Island, and Tulane's first game of the season against Mississippi State at 8 Eastern. I'm Meredith DiPaolo. For more, log on to CSTV.com.
And here we go. Lee Johnson kicks. Blaylock at the 5. 15. Out to the 25-yard line. Now let's see if we can spot immediately any basic changes on the part of defensive strategy by Brigham Young. Any indication that SMU might play it close to the vest at all? There was certainly no indication of that in the closing seconds of the first half. One of the Brigham Young cheerleaders. And another. Meanwhile, the tailback, Craig James, one of the running stars of the first half. What sort of rushing yardage did
James had
SMU have overall in that first half?
They had over 200 yards rushing. James had 105 of that. And Dickerson had 121, excuse me. Dickerson had 155.
Second down 8. Mustangs at their own 27. There is Craig James, one of the two great tailbacks. Anthony Smith in motion. McElhenney on a keeper, the freshman. Has it out to the fumble. SMU recovers, but apparently for a loss back. That is a loss as far as where McElhenney had been. He was at the 33, loses it back to the 30. It will be third down and about 5.
That was an option to the right side, the one where McElhenney fakes coming left and then spins and goes back the other way. The end on that side, Titans played it fairly well, but he didn't get any help from the middle. And I think the middle linebacker or the safety have to come over there and help him hold that play down.
Gary Smith and Mitchell Bennett are out to the near side. There goes Bennett in motion. This is Craig James. First down out at the 40. McElhenney holds that ball to the absolutely last second. Does an excellent job.
No question about it. The defensive end eventually gets in to force this pitch, and then they throw it back to James. But this block by the outside receiver is the one that makes the play. Good lead block by the fullback as well.
So first down, SMU, Mustang 40. LaBelle Edwards, the Brigham Young head coach, along the near sidelines. Now SMU goes back to double tight ends and sends Mitchell Bennett in motion. This is James trying to get outside. Winds up with a very short gain.
Looked like he was going to end up with a loss, though. Titans was out there in good shape, and I think Bill Sheffield came up and was in good position. He just outran them.
Yeah, Shefflin almost had him deep, but James, with his good speed, manages to pick up 2 yards. Second down 8. We're in the opening moments of the third quarter of the third annual Holiday Bowl from San Diego. SMU has a 29-13 lead and the football. The tailback now is Eric Dickerson, but the fullback, Michael Charles, straight ahead, short yardage, will bring up a third down, about 5 for a first down. SMU moved out to an early 19-0 lead. A McMahon to Clay Brown touchdown pass made it 19-7. The half ended 29-13, and that's where it is now. Smith in motion. 3rd and 5 play. This is Dickerson. Turning it on. Hit out of bounds by Mark Brady. The junior from Oak Ridge, Tennessee, finally made the defensive play, but great blocking and great running.
And I think once again you're going to see a good block by the fullback, Michael Charles. Good fake by McElhenney. There's the block by Charles. And then it's all Dickerson. He is really fast.
He reminds me a little bit of Curtis Dickey, the former fine running back at Texas A&M, now with the Colts.
He has done a 9.4 in the 100.
New fullback, Dyke Husen at fullback, Anthony Smith in motion, 27-yard line of SMU. Here goes McElhenney, a lot of room, 25, 20. A gain of about 7 yards, 6 yards for the freshman quarterback.
they're taking advantage, a little bit of an advantage of Ed St. Pierre, who plays the weak side linebacker, and he's a small man at about 195 pounds, and you'll see that they knock him back off the ball pretty good shape. He's just now coming into the picture.
Gain of 6 for McElhenney. Second down 4. BYU 21-yard line. SMU has had the ball since the second half started. This is Dickerson. Good hole. Might have a first down around the 16-yard line. Before the tackle's made by Kyle Whittingham, the middle backer. Might be close enough to call for a measurement. It will. Number 19, Eric Dickerson, is only a sophomore from Sealy, Texas.
Well, James is only a sophomore too. In talking to the people at SMU, they have been hesitant to play them both in the same backfield, but I think next year they're going to have to. They're just too good to keep both of those players, to keep one of them on the bench.
So it's a freshman quarterback, alternating sophomore tailbacks, and the Cougar defense, which has been on the field so very much of this game, digs in with SMU 1st and 10 at the Cougar 17-yard line. Dickerson gets a grudging 2 or 3 to the 13. It will be second down 6. James will now be the tailback as Dickerson heads to the sidelines. Bennett now will come in and bring in the play.
I saw him run a couple of reverses in the films we looked at.
2 tight ends, 2nd and 6. This is James. Inside the 5, it is 1st and goal.
This is just good hard-nosed football. He takes this pitch very deep in the backfield, and I think the play is designed to go to the outside. He finds a hole to the inside, though, and decides that he's just going to take what he can get, and really gives up his body.
So 1st and goal to go for SMU, which has not given up the ball. Thank you, young ladies from Brigham Young. There's Lot McElhenney, an additional tight end in the game. James burrows down to about the 1-yard line, where it will be 2nd and goal. SMU has held the ball now for all 5 minutes of play in the second half. Came into the half leading 29-13, a yard away from another touchdown.
And haven't attempted a pass. I think they've run this ball 10 straight times, and that really would spell difficulty for Brigham Young, because SMU is a team that gets stronger as the game runs on, because they have some really big, strong people.
Dickerson for the touchdown.
This is a spectacular touchdown.
Eric Dickerson scores again.
He takes this ball fairly deep in the backfield, and as he approaches the line, he does a dive over, and it ends up being a flip. He does a complete 360, I think. Oh, someone got his feet. That's why. There's no question that he comes down in the end zone. You know, even if SMU goes for 2 points here, I don't know that anybody can construe it as pouring it on. A bowl game like this doesn't count in conference standings, and they may just want to be trying some things here.
2 wide receivers to the right. James was the man in motion, and big pressure that time was put on by David Opue.
It only took 2 minutes for this town to be destroyed. To a little girl who lived through it, this is more than a teddy bear. It's a step towards normal. It's why all state catastrophe teams not only have hot coffee and help for grown-ups, they've also handed out more than 12,000 teddy bears to kids. People come first. If you're an Allstate customer affected by Hurricane Katrina, please call 1-800-54-STORM for help.
NCAA volleyball is back on CSTV. Non-stop, heart-pounding action from the best volleyballers around the country. CSTV takes you courtside for every dig and kill. From the first serve to the final spike, NCAA volleyball on CSTV. AVCA Match of the Week. Sunday at 6, UCLA takes on Wisconsin.
I ran the 800. I studied mechanical engineering and industrial design. I was a conference champion. I graduated with a GPA of 3.2. It took hard work, discipline, and stamina. And believe me, I rely on those things every day raising my daughter.
There are over 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us are going pro in something other than sports.
SMU in Dallas. Success starts here.
From the plains of West Texas, where our miners call home, to the Carolina coast, where the pirates roam, you'll find owls, tigers, cougars, and blazers. A place where the hurricane, knights, and eagles are golden, and the waves are all green.
Touchdown, Tulane!
We're running with the Mustangs and the Thundering Herd. We're the new Conference USA. Get to know us.
Have mercy!
Get to know us better at conferenceusa.com.
SMU's Eddie Garcia preparing to kick off, which he has had an opportunity to do a lot of times this evening. Booms another one. Sukahima will not run this one back. Now SMU controlled the ball for 5 minutes and 23 seconds of this second half. This will be the first opportunity for Jim McMahon and the BYU offensive unit to try and do something about this score in the second half. It is 35-13 SMU. McMahon, head and shoulders, the nation's leading passer this year, has 2 wide receivers in the game. Short game from the 20 to the 26-yard line. A little down and out. One of his wide receivers,
Lloyd Jones, number 87. And it's just a square out pattern, and you'll find the SMU defensive backs more than likely will be laying off. They aren't going to crowd a play like that. They'll let BYU march it down the field on them 6 and 8 yards of crack.
Second down 4. This is Phillips, a tailback, and Phillips has a first down. Brady, your guess as to the type of strategy based on the first 2 plays of the second half, going for the short pass certainly would seem to be bearing true.
One wonders if it might not be just a little bit too late if their defense can't come around for them.
First down at the BYU 38. Davis goes to the wide side, the left. Phillips, the tailback. That's about 5 to the 43-yard line.
They moved the ball 23 yards, and it's taken them only about 20 seconds.
Over 9 minutes to play, third quarter. BYU's touchdowns in the first half came on a pass to the tight end Brown and a punt run back by Sukahima. Phillips in motion. 2nd and 5. This is Phillips, and he has a first down at midfield. So McMahon and company are chipping away, have moved now from the BYU 20 out to the 50, where it'll be a first down. Phillips comes in motion again. McMahon, 10, 15, He picks up 20 quick yards. He got inside a strong rush.
He'll need more plays like this if he's going to bring Brigham Young back into this game. You see that he gets a good rush from the left side, wanted to throw a sprint out, then breaks out of the pocket. And when he goes down, it looks to me like he just trips, gets a little tired. Here it is again from the ground level, and I think you'll see his feet get tangled. Right there, yep.
But it is a first down at the 31-yard line of SMU. Up the middle, Eric Lane gets to about the 29-yard line. It will be second down and 8. Now into the game, number 86, Dan Plater, junior from Reno, Nevada. The defensive left halfback is Blaylock for SMU, and Bruton is on the other side with Simmons on the sidelines, hurt, bruised shoulder. This is a 2nd and 8 play. First down, Phillips at the 18-yard line.
This is really a well-thrown ball. You've got number 93, Russ Washington, out there on the under coverage. Pretty good protection, does McMahon. Throws the ball on time. Russ Washington just out of the reach of Russ, and gets the completion at the sideline to Rob Anderson.
First down at the 18-yard line. Out to the right is Lloyd Jones. There he is, number 87. Big rush that time on McMahon by, thought I say Gary Moten, one of the linebackers, and as a result it'll be second down and 18.
McMahon does an excellent job of avoiding this rush. You can see he's out here in the flat. The contained man has containment. Then the blitz comes, chases him out of the pocket. And to compile the kind of statistics that McMahon has compiled this year, he has to be able to do that kind of thing.
Second down 10. 6:50 left to play, third quarter. 35-13. Brigham Young with the ball and trailing. Short gain for the Cougars. Scott Pettis, a reserve tailback, number 29.
They
down to the 13. It'll be 3rd and 5.
They turned the corner out there because of a good block on the end.
That stopped the clock with 6:45 remaining in the quarter. First to break huddle is wide receiver Matt Braga. He comes out wide to the right. Third and 5. Here comes a blitz. Tight end, touchdown, Clay Brown.
Excellent protection. The offensive lineman had the down lineman under control, and then when the blitz came, the backs picked it up very well, and McMahon stood in there like a statue until Clay Brown cleared. Here you see the good block there on number 33. McMahon finds Clay Brown coming across the formation from right to left. He slips the tackle. 6 points.
Clay Brown has his second touchdown reception of the game for McMahon, his second touchdown pass, and 49th of the season as BYU goes for 2. No.
What is that? It looks like someone's belly. Yeah. Probably lost it walking on the beach.
Hi, I'm Chad Erickson. I'm an animation student at Brigham Young University. We just won a Student Emmy Award for our film Faux Pas. It's about a curious cat who gets into some trouble on the internet.
It's some very dangerous things on the internet.
The exciting thing is that Faux Pas is now part of a national internet safety campaign with McGruff, the crime dog.
Never meet someone you found online.
Faux pas is going to go into every second, third, and fourth grade classroom in the United States. This is going to teach children to be safe on the internet.
Never give your phone number, address to anyone on the internet.
We always tell kids, don't talk to strangers. Now we're teaching, don't talk to strangers on the internet.
The BYU animation program is doing great. We've won 3 student Emmys, 1 Student Academy Award, and this faux pas project is now going national.
It's an important project for BYU because we're able to make a great film, and hopefully we can help to keep children safe.
Here it comes. There it is. NCAA soccer on CSTV. Check out this no-look goal. Amazing. Men's soccer, Monday, September 19th at 8. Notre Dame takes on St. John's.
Into the 10, open ahead to the 5. CSTV is the home of Navy football. The excitement, the pageantry, the tradition. Navy midshipmen, America's team, and proud members of CSTV Football Nation. For a complete Football Nation schedule, log on to CSTV.com. CSTV, the home of Navy football.
When the names shaping college sports speak this candidly.
People say, well, you're undefeated. That must have been wonderful. Well, it wasn't that wonderful every day.
Got to be watching 1-to-1. CSTV gets up close and personal with the biggest names in college sports. Sunday at 9, Ohio State head football coach Jim Tressel.
CSTV Football Nation. Log on to CSTV.com for a complete schedule.
Mitchell Bennett is one of the 2 deep men for Lee Johnson's kick. Good kick. This will be Blaylock fielding it at the 5. And a good run back out to the 37-yard line. Well, let's see if a bit of a rest can do anything to revive this BYU defense, which has been roughed up quite a bit by this outstanding running attack of SMU. Here's that touchdown.
Clay Brown will come from the right to the left. There he is right behind the official now, and he is running away from the defender. Slips the tackle.
Back live. The fullback, Michael Charles, picks up about 5 in the 42-yard line, and SMU is piling up very impressive running yardage, just as for their regular season statistics would indicate, as they have been a running team during the regular season, just as BYU has done very little on the ground following their regular season form.
Well, they have good running backs, but they also have a good offensive line that gets off the ball very quickly and stays on their feet.
This is Craig James. It's a first down. Or run out of bounds by Glenn Red. But here comes SMU right back again. First down, 43-yard line of Brigham Young.
There's the play again, the quick pitch. Back to James, and there you see all those SMU offensive linemen still on their feet with contact on the blue shirts.
Brigham Young goes now. Brigham Young has to face 2 wide receivers now. SMU has deserted their double tight end offense. This is Dickerson. Good hole. About 5 yards.
BYU hasn't given up in this game by any means. They are now starting to move their defensive linemen around, trying to put them into the seams between the offensive linemen, see if they can shoot them through and make a big play.
Second down, 6 after a gain of 4. Dijkhuizen has replaced Charles at fullback. Here goes Dickerson. He's close to another SMU first down at Brigham Young 33-yard line. Just over 5 minutes to play, third quarter. SMU leading Brigham Young by 35-19. This will be close enough to call for a measurement as Dickerson continues his hard running. SMU's offensive line of Jusko, Either Barnes or Mason on the one side of center. Peterson. Spivey. Another dour-looking Lavelle Edwards right now. Just inches short of a first down. 3rd and inches at the 33-yard line of Brigham Young.
This SMU, if you get into a muscle contest with them, you're likely to come out on the short end. That offensive line is big and strong, and they have a great deal of experience. Every one of them has earned 3 letters with the exception of the left guard, Robert Barnes, and he's a senior who was a 2-year letterman, probably earning his 3rd this year.
Double tight end. No wide receivers. There was a false move by the right tackle, Lee Spivey. And alertly, one of the Brigham Young defensive linemen moved. Now, that's the way I interpret it.
I saw the same thing, and that was Glenn Titanser that came across the line. Here's the replay. It'll be on the left as you view this thing. Oops, no, that is that's the left tackle from BYU, but he was drawn off apparently by the right tackle of Southern Methodist.
So 3rd down, and now a little more than 5 yards to go for a first down. And SMU immediately changes personnel and will come with the 2 wide receivers. Anthony Smith and Gary Smith. This is Anthony Smith. Slips 1 tackle and picks up a first down. So far in this game, SMU has found the answer to almost all 3rd down problems.
Here's a nice shot of it. You got the 2 wide receivers out there. It's a quick screen. They throw it to the man in the backfield. Gets a block from the other man and makes the first defender miss the tackle, and it's good for 10 yards.
First down, 30-yard line for Brigham Young. Anthony Smith will split out to the near side, number 81. The fullback. This time, Baghusen is caught at the line of scrimmage. And there is the ever-present form of number 76, Glenn Titanser. Senior defensive end from Westminster, California. Here comes Mitchell Bennett with the play selection from head coach Ron Meyer. The last play gained a yard. 2nd down 9, the Brigham Young 29. Bennett lines up wide to the right. Here comes that reverse, fake reverse. So they used the fake reverse, and Brigham Young played it very, very well. We know for a fact that Brigham Young was scared to death. They were scared to death of this play, and yet they wound up defending it very well.
Yes, they did. Glenn Titanser stays out here. He avoids a block by Spivey and makes the play, although he ends up getting the tackle.
A loss on the play. Back to the 34-yard line. It is now 3rd down and between 14 and 15 yards to go for first down. This might be the most critical 3rd down play of the game. That was Craig James, who moved out in the slot to the left. Deep drop back by McElhenney. He has a first down. Lance McElhenney showing wisdom far beyond his tender years. He's only a freshman.
This is excellent judgment by McElhenney. He drops back, almost slips, gets his left hand down, gets his balance, sees that the rush is by him, and he's got nothing but grass between he and the goal line. Takes off running.
And picks up a vital first down at the Brigham Young 15-yard line with 2.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, and his Mustangs leading 35-19. Here goes Craig James to the outside. Great bit of running. And a penalty flag goes flying as James went out of bounds at the 6-yard line.
Boy, when you've got it going, it really goes well for you.
A clipping penalty against SMU.
There was the clip right there. He going out to the right against the strong side linebacker Glenn Red. Possibly there's more than one clip on this play. There's Red, number 41. And
yeah, there's the clip right there.
I think that's the one they called.
Yeah. No doubt about it. The official's right on the spot. And a big gain by James on a very smart bit of running to the 5-yard line or thereabouts is nullified. And the ball goes back to the 24-yard line. And at that point, it will be a first down.
First and what, 15?
Well, they must reach the 5 from the 24, so it's first and 19. 2 wide receivers, Gary Smith and Mitchell Bennett, way off to the wide side. This is Dickerson. And a good tackle by Bill Shepland may have saved the touchdown, and Dickerson is hurt.
We got into a little pushing contest there.
Dickerson, shaken up on the play, had picked up 8 yards. It is 2nd and 11 for SMU at the 16-yard line of Brigham Young. Dickerson has gained 125 yards and 21 carries. This is for Anthony Smith. Oh, he got away from Bill Shepland, but McElhenney was off target, and it's going to be 3rd down and 11 at the 16-yard line of Brigham Young.
Ray, when you watch these teams, I think the thing that impresses you, first of all, is what the physical specimens that SMU has out there. They really play good, hard football, but they have outstanding team speed. Their 2 tailbacks are very fast, and the wide receivers, though they don't throw them very much, whenever they have a chance to run a pattern, they get themselves open.
3rd down and 11 as McElhenney is being chased, and down he goes as Glenn Red sacks McElhenney all the way back at the 26-yard line.
And that's the first sack that they've had on McElhenney. And I think you'll see that BYU is really starting to play hard. And I believe that this is the first time they've blitzed, because Glenn Red plays a strong side linebacker, and he was rushing and made the play, and I don't know if this is going to be a change in strategy or not.
Now, the field goal kicker, Ed Garcia, has come onto the field. This will be an attempt at about a 42-yard field goal. What has his longest been of the game? About 44, as I recall?
Yes, he hit a 42-yarder first, then a 44-yarder on his second kick.
The holder is the punter, Eric Kaifas. He has the distance. Garcia is adding to his great place kicking here in the 3rd annual Holiday Bowl.
What are you setting your sights on? And when you see it, will you be ready? Just pick up the phone, dial 1-800-645-ARMY, and you'll get this free DVD. You'll learn about the hundreds of opportunities the Army can offer you. Skills, education, healthcare. Call 1-800-645-ARMY, and you'll also get this free boonie hat. Whatever you're looking for, the Army can help you find it.
You see him in your rearview mirror, and suddenly you're the world's best driver. You hit the brakes, hang up the cell phone, use your turn signal. Sound familiar? Allstate knows there's a good driver in each of us. A police car shouldn't be the only thing that brings it out. So Allstate cuts safe drivers a break, up to 20%. Reward works better than punishment. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands?
Go to jail for a gun crime, and your family serves a sentence with you.
I'm Meredith DiPaolo in New York with CSTV's At the Buzzer. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish are a top 10 team in the Associated Press poll for the first time in 3 years. Charlie Weiss's team jumped 10 spots on Sunday from number 20 to number 10 after it upset Michigan 17-10 Saturday and improved to 2-0. USC remained number 1 for the 21st straight poll, matching the run Miami made from 2001 to 2002. Villanova standout quarterback Marvin Burrows is likely to miss the remainder of the season after suffering a fractured left arm in Saturday's loss at Rutgers. According to the school's orthopedic surgeon, Burrows is expected to miss at least 3 months of action. The junior quarterback entered the season as a 1AA All-American candidate. The Wildcats are now expected to start sophomore Frank Jankowski for their home opener Saturday against Northeastern. I'm Meredith DiPaolo with the Buzzers. Don't forget to catch all the live action from the new Conference USA with Conference USA All Access. Have live games and more streamed directly to your computer. Sign up now and get Conference USA All Access at a special rate. Log on to CSTV.com.
Welcome back to CSTV's Retrovision. SMU is taking it to the Cougars. Former BYU head coach Lavelle Edwards remembers what it was like roaming the sidelines while his team was taking a beating.
I kept thinking to myself, there's no way, these guys are unbelievable. Well, they were. And they were just nailing us all night long. It was just a track meet. Unfortunately, Ron Meyer pulled out his starters there somewhere in the middle of the third quarter and started playing these others. And I remember standing there on the sideline somewhere in that third quarter, and I'm just thinking to myself, I hope I never have to go to another bowl game. You know, this is too much pressure.
Well, the pressure is mounting. With the fourth quarter underway, BYU has the ball in its own territory and needs to get something going.
State attendance 50,000, 45,000 people at San Diego Stadium tonight.
Yes, and we're really thrilled with that. It's a great turnout, a beautiful evening, and we just think that these two teams have put on a great show, and the game isn't over yet either.
Jim Brown, congratulations. And Ray Scott, I know you echo those sentiments.
Yes, Dwayne, thank you, and thank you, Jim Brown, and all of your people. A very happy group of Mustangs. They smell a victory. The first down pass was completed from McMahon to Dan Plater. A short gain from the 9 to the 13, second down 6 at the BYU 13. We still have 11 minutes left to play. McMahon. Good catch by wide receiver Matt Braga, the senior from Redlands, California.
He is really an impressive receiver. Here's excellent protection, and then you'll see a fine reception here. Braga has to leave his feet to make that reception, but he comes up with it. That's his third of the game, I believe, and not a one of them has been an easy catch.
A first down at the BYU 24. That's Ron Meyer, the head coach of SMU. Slot back formation. Underneath. This is the tailback, Scott Phillips. It's another BYU first down. This one out at the 38-yard line.
Boy, what quick feet he has. He makes that reception coming from right to left. And whenever the traffic starts to catch up with him, he avoids it.
First down to the 38. When you get a chance here, as we watch McMahon on a replay, Grady, maybe we can come up with some unofficial statistics on McMahon so far.
Makes an excellent move there to avoid the first tackle.
First down, Brigham Young, 38-yard line. This is his wide receiver, Lloyd Jones, a pickup of about 7 to the 45-yard line. Pardon me.
Ray has completed his last 4 passes, and 3 of them have been to crossing ends coming underneath the coverage. And he has now thrown 27 passes, and he has completed 17 for about 228 yards.
Second down, 3 at the Cougar 45-yard line, 9.5 minutes remaining. Was there a request for another football? I believe so. That's the reason for the brief official timeout. McMahon.
See you. I love you, man. See you Saturday.
See you Saturday, says the SMU fullback, David Dykhuizen. No rush. This is the fullback, Eric Lane. to the 46-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1. Brigham Young, BYU 46-yard line. And a big rush on McMahon by Russ Washington, the lightning-quick Fort Worth, Texas sophomore defensive end.
He was in big trouble right from the start. He was getting it from both sides. Looks like the middle of the pocket is holding up well, but there's Washington, who gets past the left tackle, and McMahon uncannily senses it and starts to move away, but he has no place to go because big old Harvey Armstrong was right there in his face.
It is 4th down, 1 yard to go for a first down. 8 minutes and 39 seconds left in the game. BYU calls for punt formation. I'm not sure that SMU believes that Brigham Young is going to punt. And maybe Brigham Young is not too sure because a timeout has been called.
At Geico.com, you can handle all your car insurance needs online. It's so easy, a caveman could do it.
Seriously, we apologize. We had no idea you guys were still around.
Yeah, next time maybe do a little research.
Gentlemen, are we ready to order?
I'll have the roast duck with the mango salsa. I don't have much of an appetite, thank you.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
For instant access to all of the latest college football news, scores, highlights, and analysis, bookmark CSTV.com.
What am I? Am I a basketball player who's a psychology major? Or am I a psychology major who's a basketball player? You know, that's the thing about psychology. We tend to overanalyze everything.
There are over 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us are going pro in something other than sports.
Here in southern Utah, BYU is helping NASA prepare for a manned trip to Mars. Part of what we do is simulation. It's not like classroom work. We also do important research.
It's really new research, new discoveries that we're making.
One of the things it does is help students broaden their horizons. This isn't just about setting foot on Mars, it's about stepping into the future.
Sportsmanship is going to be developed if you love and respect the game. For the guys who compete, there's nothing that beats the euphoria of being in that locker room and that you've won a tough ball game. And without love for the game and respect for your opponent, then you really miss out on the essence of competition. Those are concepts that we're always trying to teach. NCAA football, every game counts.
America is football nation, and our capital is CSTV. Saturday, Princeton at Lafayette, followed by William and Mary at URI. Then the Mississippi State Bulldogs take on the Tulane Green Wave.
He's in the end zone.
Citizens of football nation unite, because once you leave the field of battle, we all live under the same great flag. It all begins Saturday at 1.
There's been a change of heart for the BYU coaching staff on 4th and 1. They have elected not to punt the ball away. They've elected to go for the first down, and they have it on the pass to tight end Clay Brown, all the way down to the 42-yard line of SMU.
Ray, if they were serious about winning this game, they had to go for that 4th down. And they make it, and you couldn't see it. We can't see it in the replay, but there's no question in my mind that McMahon audible to this. Clay Brown gets away from the linebacker over there and just outruns him to the sideline, getting himself open.
First down at the 42-yard line of SMU. This is Scott Phillips in motion. Man rolling away from any rush. Ball tipped, but it's caught by Braga. Matt Braga has lived up to everything we were told by the BYU coaches. They said he's like a Biletnikoff.
Exactly. They said he's a small guy without great speed, but he never drops one. And here shows his great concentration. That ball was tipped. He goes high in the air with somebody right on his back. Makes the reception.
receivers set out on either side.
Well, he took a hard rap.
Yes, he did. He did not see Scott Phillips out to the right around the 20-yard line, was wide open, and Richard Neely, the sophomore tackle from Dallas, put a big hit on McMahon.
Let's see if we can. We can't see out in the flat, but here he pulls it down, tries to run, gets caught, and there he gets. Well, I guess he didn't get that bad a hit. Byron Hunt hit his own man.
Lost a couple of yards. 2nd and 12. Wide open. Lloyd Jones at the 20-yard line. It's another Brigham Young first down.
This is more the kind of thing that we expected to see from Brigham Young. McMahon is now 21 of 32, probably for 265 yards.
41. First down, Cougars up to the 14-yard line.
McMahon.
Touchdown.
Oh, he couldn't get the ball to Bill Davis, who was about as open as any McMahon receiver today.
I don't know. I started to call touchdown before he threw it because Davis was so open at the back of the end zone, and for some reason or another, McMahon just couldn't get enough mustard on that ball.
So 2nd and 10 at the SMU 20. Now the Mustangs have made a couple of defensive changes. I believe they're bringing in a couple of fresh defensive linemen. I can pick up the numbers, I'll tell you about them. But meanwhile, it is 2nd and 10 at the SMU 20. 6:47 left in the game. 38-19. Complete to the 15 to Scott Phillips, who has had a big game. Gain on the play, about 5. It'll be 3rd down and 5. And in from the sidelines will come the junior from Reno, Nevada, Dan Plater.
I think that McMahon needed a little more than 5 yards out of the 2nd and 10 play.
Clock running with just over 6 minutes left. Oh, what a hit. And did Scott Phillips hold on to that ball?
Yes, he did. You talk about your basic fine reception. This is it.
For a first down at the 11. No, yards short of a first down. 3rd and 1.
You see him coming across the middle here out of the backfield, and he is hit just as the ball gets to him. It's beyond me how he hangs on. Whap.
That big hit was applied by Clarence Bennett, the senior linebacker from Groveton. 4th and 1, 11-yard line of SMU. 5:36 left in the game. Not a touchdown to Lloyd Jones, but within a yard at the 1-yard line, the senior from Pomona, California. And McMahon in this drive has shown me the sort of passing that I expected from him.
This drive is now 14 plays long. It started at the BYU 10-yard line, and he has thrown 13 times, and the one time he didn't throw is because he was sacked.
1st and goal at the 1. Eric Lane carried but did not get in. Gained only about a foot.
I thought sure he was in there. It looked like he had good body lean, and there was a little bit of a crack. But we've talked about Southern Methodist defense. They're tough at that line of scrimmage. Time is now becoming a very big factor, Ray, with less than 5 minutes to go.
Phillips and Lane, the running backs. And it's Lane carrying again, and I think he's short again. And of course, you can just about count on 30 seconds being run off the clock every running play here that does not get it into the end zone. Can't be any closer than this. This is a replay of that last run. Somewhere in there was the football. Now we're back live. To the outside, and Phillips gets it in. So Brigham Young narrows the gap. Whether it's too little, too late remains to be seen.
90 yards, 17 plays.
Looks like the Mustangs are worried about the dive over the middle. They've got 8 people caught inside. Phillips is able to get outside with ease.
Well, that makes it a 38-25 game. 4 minutes, 7 seconds remaining. Twice Brigham Young has gone for the 2-point conversion, and twice they have failed. Let's see if this time represents any success.
Had
Braga out there, but was unable to connect.
Well, they couldn't get the 2-point conversion, but the Cougars get a big score to give them and their fans some hope. And what a play from Lavelle Edwards, calling a timeout and deciding to go for it on 4th down. Well, as it turns out, Edwards had intended to punt until his gunslinging quarterback shot off his mouth.
It was 4th and 7, and I turned to the quarterback coach, Doug Scoville, and I said, well, what should we do? And he says, let's punt. And so I sent the punting team in, and McMahon wouldn't let him come in. And finally, they called timeout, and he came off the sideline, and he was just murdering, and he's, only he can do. And the coaches have quit, we haven't quit, and all that. And so I says, all right, go back in, the offense, go back in. And he did, and he completed the pass, and we went on down and scored, and then from then on, just all the events that unfolded there at the end.
How about that? McMahon refusing to come off the field. Can the Cougars will their way back into the game? They'll be kicking off when we come back on CSTV's Retrovision.
You play. Who are you? Rated T for Teen.
There is really only one boy. One girl. One trade. One forest. One deep, dancing ocean. One mountain calling. One handful of sand through our fingers. One endless sky overhead. And one simple way to care for it all. Please visit earthshare.org and learn how the world's leading environmental groups are working together under one name, EarthShare. One environment, one simple way to care for it.
Into the 10, open ahead to the 5. CSTV is the home of Navy football. The excitement, the pageantry, the tradition. Navy midshipmen, America's team, and proud members of CSTV Football Nation. For a complete Football Nation schedule, log on to CSTV.com. CSTV, the home of Navy football.
You got a gift, son. With that gift comes a lot of responsibility. That's why we're gonna pull you out of school. We're gonna get you a big-time agent. We're gonna hold out for the biggest pro sports contract possible.
Okay, Pop.
We're gonna make heaps of cash.
Let's see how expert Lee Johnson is with what almost certainly has to be an attempted onside kick.
Ray, have you ever seen a kicker kick it deep in a situation like that? You get enough people down there and make a play on the ball.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I might expect. Almost missed it. Well, when things don't go right, they really go wrong.
It looked like he hit that ball with his with the top of his foot. There it is. And then he kicks it again with the bottom of his foot, and it stops it right there. And now they have to go back, and somebody from SMU very alertly covers it, although I think they could have picked it up and run with it.
So first down, SMU at the Brigham Young 42-yard line. 4 minutes, 7 seconds left in this third annual Holiday Bowl. This is Bennett in motion. And here comes Craig James. Oh, look out. Ooh. This is going to go all the way. Craig James.
You're going to see a great individual effort here for a 42-yard touchdown run by Craig James. The play obviously designed to go out to the right. It's the quick pitch that they must have run 10 or 12 times already in this game. Here it is.
The Houston, Texas sophomore.
Jammed up, cuts it all the way back. The BYU players are trying to pursue to the sideline to prevent him from getting outside, and it's a cakewalk.
So that just about puts the icing on the cake, as Cephas will hold for Garcia, who has been the kicking star of this game. High and far goes that extra point.
The Pony Express is living up to its billing in this one. What a run from Craig James to put a dagger in the hearts of BYU. When we come back, the Cougars will have less than 4 minutes to come up with something, because this one looks like it's all over. I mean, nobody can come back from something like this, right? I mean, I guess I'll watch the end. Will you, please? It's impossible, right? I don't know.
Why is Sirius the choice in satellite radio?
It feels like you get every song ever made. Rock, pop, hip-hop, no commercials.
We get a ton of music, no commercials.
It's comedy, no bleeps.
You know what I'm saying?
If it involves a uniform, a stick, a ball, bang, it's right in there.
Bang, NFL is in there.
It's the best thing I ever put in my car. Next to him.
It's flat out better than regular radio.
It's more than just radio. It's Sirius satellite radio. Right now, get a Sirius satellite radio for just $49.95.
What are you setting your sights on? And when you see it, will you be ready? Just pick up the phone, dial 1-800-645-ARMY, and you'll get this free DVD. You'll learn about the hundreds of opportunities the Army can offer you. Skills, education, healthcare. Call 1-800-645-ARMY, and you'll also get this free boonie hat. Whatever you're looking for, the Army can help you find it.
It only took 2 minutes for this town to be destroyed. To a little girl who lived through it, this is more than a teddy bear. It's a step towards normal. It's why all state catastrophe teams not only have hot coffee and help for grown-ups, they've also handed out more than 12,000 teddy bears to kids. People come first. If you're an Allstate customer affected by Hurricane Katrina, please call 1-800-54-STORM for help.
Meredith DePaulo here with CSTV's At the Buzzer. Cal head football coach Jeff Tedford told the Contra Costa Times through a spokesperson Sunday that Cal running back Marshawn Lynch is expected to start this week against Illinois, despite suffering a dislocated finger in Saturday's win at Washington. He won't require surgery, although he will continue to be evaluated. Lynch is Cal's leading rusher through 2 games, taking over for NFL draft pick J.J. Arrington. And legendary sportscaster Chris Schenkel died on Sunday following a long battle with emphysema. To college sports fans, Schenkel will be remembered for calling what some believe was the game of the century, a 1971 Nebraska-Oklahoma showdown. He became the first to call a college football game coast to coast on ABC and was elected to the College Football Hall of Fame in 1988. He was 82 years old. And tune in this Saturday to CSTV's Football Nation for a triple header beginning at 1:30 Eastern. Princeton visits Lafayette, followed by William & Mary versus Rhode Island, and Tulane's first game of the season against Mississippi State at 8 Eastern. I'm Meredith DePaulo. For more, log on to CSTV.com.
Garcia, who has had some fine kicks, and then he's had some short kicks, like this one right here. Shopland, outstanding defensive back of Bruce Hansen carried that one back.
Kickers generally don't get too much action, but right there's one. I think that was an obvious clip, folks.
Brigham Young with the ball here in the closing moments. Jim McMahon trying to add his passing yardage now. He'll pick up a first down as he runs it out of bounds at the 42-yard line of Brigham Young. Here's Eddie Garcia again.
Can a kicker be clipped? We'll find out shortly. Yes, he can.
That's like the referee telling the boxer, whatever you do, defend yourself at all times.
He's not real pleased about that either.
Well, I'm glad he wasn't hurt. First down, Brigham Young at the Cougar 42. McMahon on a deep drop back. He's going to let it all hang out. He's trying to hit Lloyd Jones, and he leads him at the 5. Let's see, how far did he throw that thing?
He's on his own 35, so it's 15 to the 50 and then
60
yards without a lot of effort.
Wow.
He's not a big kid either. He only weighs 180 pounds, stands 6 feet 1.
We wouldn't have time in the course of an average telecast to tell you of all the records that Jim McMahon set this year. Suffice it to say that he passed for 4,571 yards in the course of a 12-game regular season. Second down 10, Brigham Young at the Cougar 42. Eric Lane behind the line. Tried to set up a screen. Picked up a little bit of blocking, but is caught from behind by SMU's. We're getting a chance to see a number of substitutes now. Harvey McAfee, a reserve nose guard who has replaced Michael Carter.
We've not had much opportunity to see Eric Lane today.
Next year, Mizzlou Television Network adds another West Coast Bowl, the California Bowl from Fresno, pairing the PCAA champion against the Mid-American Conference winner. The California Bowl Executive Director, Mr. Wink Chase, is in attendance here tonight, and we extend him a hearty welcome. And Grady and Ray, we have to make some decisions pretty soon on who's going to win the Holiday Inn Awards for the most valuable player on offense and the most valuable player on defense. So during our next commercial break, we can get the heads together and find out who wins that hardware from Holiday Inn.
McMahon just passed for a first down at the SMU 40. Time left, 2 minutes, 57 seconds. SMU 45, Brigham Young 25. Slot formation left. Juggled by Scott Phillips and ultimately dropped by the defender Blaine Smith, sophomore safety from Houston.
Yeah. This looks more like a ballet than a football game. The usual sure-handed Scott Phillips unable to control that one with his left hand.
Second and 10, the result. Brigham Young, SMU 40. Wide to the right, Lloyd Jones and Bill Davis. Throwing back to his big tight end. Clay Brown. Although in a losing effort, Clay Brown has put on quite a show tonight.
He is really something special as a tight end. You know, he is so big you can't tell how fast he's running until somebody tries to catch him. You'll see here when he makes this reception, it looks like he's going real slow until he gets into traffic, and then he just breezes by people. There he goes.
First down, 15-yard line of SMU. Is it a touchdown?
It is.
Oh, what a catch by Matt Braga. The officials were almost incredulous on that one, Grady Alderman.
Yes, they were. The official in the end zone saw the play from behind. He couldn't call it. It was the official way up the sideline that was able to see Braga make this reception. Protection pretty good. McMahon scrambling around, throws this ball quite low. And look at that catch. His right hand underneath it, flips it up to his chest, and hangs on.
Remarkable catch by Matt Braga.
Let's see it from the other angle, and you'll probably see what the first official, who was standing right on the play, saw and couldn't call. And he can't see it.
All right, here's a two-point conversion attempt. No. Is that the fourth time today that they have failed on two-point conversions? That's correct.
America is football nation, and our capital is CSTV. Saturday, Princeton at Lafayette, followed by William and Mary at URI. Then the Mississippi State Bulldogs take on the Tulane Green Wave.
He's in the end zone.
Citizens of football nation unite, because once you leave the field of battle, we all live under the same great flag. It all begins Saturday at 1. CSTV Football Nation. Log on to CSTV.com for a complete schedule.
I ran the 800. I studied mechanical engineering and industrial design. I was a conference champion. I graduated with a GPA of 3.2. It took hard work, discipline, and stamina. And believe me, I rely on those things every day raising my daughter.
There are over 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us are going pro in something other than sports.
Conference USA is using instant replay this year. And here's how it works. Anytime during the game, the replay official in the booth can call for a review. Then the referee on the field watches the replay and makes a ruling. Got it? Let's take another look. Anytime during the game, the replay official in the booth can call for a review. Then the referee on the field watches the replay and makes a ruling. Conference USA football. It's fair game.
SMU in Dallas. Success starts here.
Team to the 10, open ahead to the 5. CSTV is the home of Navy football. The excitement, the pageantry, the tradition. Navy midshipmen, America's team, and proud members of CSTV Football Nation. For a complete Football Nation schedule, log on to CSTV.com. CSTV, the home of Navy football.
NCAA volleyball is back on CSTV. Non-stop, heart-pounding action from the best volleyballers around the country. CSTV takes you courtside for every dig and kill. From the first serve to the final spike, NCAA volleyball on CSTV. AVCA Match of the Week. Sunday at 6, UCLA takes on Wisconsin.
America is football nation, and our capital is CSTV. Saturday, Princeton at Lafayette, followed by William and Mary at URI. Then the Mississippi State Bulldogs take on the Tulane Green Wave.
He's in the end zone.
Citizens of football nation unite, because once you leave the field of battle, we all live under the same great flag. It all begins Saturday at 1.
That is the trophy that goes to the winner of this third annual Holiday Bowl. You know, I didn't really realize, Grady, until I did a little arithmetic after that last touchdown and that last attempted two-point conversion of what a difference it would have made.
They got this one.
Did they get it?
No, they overran it.
See what the officials say. There has to be a football there somewhere.
They were in possession. I mean, in position to make this recovery. Now, he does the same thing. He kicks it high and stubs it on the bottom. They've got it surrounded.
Brigham Young has it. with 2:31 left to play.
If they had those 8 points, even think if they had the 4 points, then it would be a touchdown and a field goal into a tie.
But 4 cracks at 2-point conversions, every one of which failed. As a result, Brigham Young trails by 14 with 2 minutes and 31 seconds left.
And SMU has their starters back in there.
Better believe it. Close to a first down around the 40-yard line. That was Scott Phillips. It was number 29. Scott Pettis, I think, caught that pass.
Unless BYU scores right away, there's very little chance that they can win the game.
Jones to the right, Braga to the left. And remember, they have a great weapon in tight end Clay Brown, number 85. He's been one of the stars of this game. Ball tip. Tried to hit Braga around the 20-yard line, but one of the defenders got a hand on it, so it's going to be 3rd and about 1 at the 40-yard line of SMU. Boy, what a fine receiver. In fact, what a fine group of receivers BYU has. You have Braga and Davis, Later and Jones and Phillips coming out of the backfield. Clay Brown, of course, the tight end, has been just outstanding. Davis is out to the near side. This is for Davis. Touchdown! No, out of bounds at about the 1-foot line. Bill Davis.
Ray, it'll be interesting to see what they do here. The last time they had the ball down, with 5 minutes to go, they went from 5 minutes to 4 minutes and 2 seconds running the ball 3 times. The smartest thing they can do is pass the ball here. Now watch this. He scrambles around, and Davis is running free, and he really makes a fine throw.
What concentration.
Davis, great concentration in traffic. This is as fine a catch as you'll see anywhere.
You're going to see how close he was to scoring? Oh, my. It is ruled that he was about a foot away from a touchdown. And you know, over 2 minutes remain in this game. 2 minutes and 3 seconds. This is Scott Phillips.
Yep, to get in.
He's in. So don't go away, folks. That makes it 45 to 37.
39. That was, oh, excuse me, 37.
45 to 37.
Excellent blocking on the right side. He has a personal convoy out there with the right guard, Lloyd Eldridge. I was thinking, Ray, that they'd already scored the touchdown. That was the 2-pointer. I'm not excited. It's not much of a game this year.
And again, maybe it's not fair to get involved in ifs. Now the whistle blew as that play developed. I do not know what happened. To finish that thought, a game of ifs, we can't help but repeat again. Had the 4 2-point conversions been successful, of what a difference in this game. Was too much time taken? Yes. Delay of game.
I think
on the 2-point conversion.
I think the smartest thing they could do here is go ahead and kick. Take your 1-pointer. Take the 1-pointer here.
McMahon to Scott Phillips for 2. Now it is 45 to 39 with 1 minute and 58 seconds remaining.
What a game bunch of players.
You see him in your rearview mirror, and suddenly you're the world's best driver. You hit the brakes, hang up the cell phone, use your turn signal. Sound familiar? Allstate knows there's a good driver in each of us. A police car shouldn't be the only thing that brings it out. So Allstate cuts safe drivers a break, up to 20%. Reward works better than punishment. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands?
You are what you play. Who are you? Rated T for Team.
So nice out here.
Yeah, I used to come out here when I was a kid. Nothing.
No, I definitely heard something.
Look! Who's that?
Let's get out of here! What are you doing? Shut the door!
Okay.
He's trying to act!
He does? I say!
Think history is a little scary? Then log on to LOC.gov and see how much fun it can be. The Library of Congress at LOC.gov.
Hi, I'm Chad Erickson. I'm an animation student at Brigham Young University. We just won a Student Emmy Award for our film Faux Pas. It's about a curious cat who gets into some trouble on the internet.
It's some very dangerous things on the internet.
The exciting thing is that Faux Pas is now part of a national internet safety campaign with McGruff, the crime dog.
Never meet someone you found online.
Faux Pas is going to go into every second, third, and fourth grade classroom in the United States. This is going to teach children to be safe on the internet.
Never give your phone number, address to anyone on the internet.
We always tell kids, don't talk to strangers. Now we're teaching, don't talk to strangers on the internet.
The BYU animation program is doing great. We've won 3 student Emmys, 1 Student Academy Award, and this Faux Pas project is now going national.
It's an important project for BYU because we're able to make a great film, and hopefully we can help to keep children safe.
I'm Meredith DiPaolo in New York with CSTV's At the Buzzer. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish are a top 10 team in the Associated Press poll for the first time in 3 years. Charlie Weiss's team jumped 10 spots on Sunday from number 20 to number 10 after it upset Michigan 17-10 Saturday and improved to 2-0. USC remained number 1 for the 21st straight poll, matching the run Miami made from 2001 to 2002. Villanova standout quarterback Marvin Burrows is likely to miss the remainder of the season after suffering a fractured left arm in Saturday's loss at Rutgers. According to the school's orthopedic surgeon, Burrows is expected to miss at least 3 months of action. The junior quarterback entered the season as a 1AA All-American candidate. The Wildcats are now expected to start sophomore Frank Jankowski for their home opener Saturday against Northeastern. I'm Meredith DiPaolo with the Buzzers. Don't forget to catch all the live action from the new Conference USA with Conference USA All Access. Have live games and more streamed directly to your computer. Sign up now and get Conference USA All Access at a special rate. Log on to CSTV.com.
All right, Lee Johnson has the chore here of doing the kicking.
Obviously, SMU doesn't think it's very deep. They have 9 men between the 45 and 50-yard line.
Their 2 deep men are all the way up at the SMU 30. Well, they're going to try the short one. And SMU has it at the 47-yard line. I thought for sure they would kick it deep. I really did.
Number 25, Dick Waylock. That's the kick for SMU.
SMU with a first down at the 47-yard line of Brigham Young as a result of a short kickoff, runs 1 play for no gain.
What a weekend, Ray. What a game.
What a game is right. This is McElhenney on 2nd down, and he's going to gain only about 3 yards. Now the clock is running with 1:09 left. The scoreboard says that Brigham Young has 1 timeout remaining, and if that is the case, they have just now taken that final timeout. SMU will have a 3rd down and about 8 at the 46-yard line of Brigham Young. 1:06 showing on the clock.
I'm not sure I believe this, Ray, but that last play looked very suspiciously like a pass. I think McElhaney was looking downfield as though to pass.
The 2 tackles take off. open the gaps as hard as they can.
Lavelle Edwards, listening as a member of his staff, tells middle linebacker Kyle Whittingham.
Outside of him, and you gotta just go like hell and knock the ball away.
That's a pretty good bit of philosophy, right?
And you heard it. Go like Hades and knock that ball loose.
All right. 3rd down 8. SMU. Brigham Young 45.5-yard line. 1 minute and 6 seconds remaining in a highly improbable game that saw SMU lead by a big margin. But now SMU leads by only 6, 45-39. The one wide receiver is Mitchell Bennett. Would SMU dare to put the ball in the air on 3rd and 8? Mitchell Bennett goes in motion. This is Eric Dickerson to the outside, and he does not get anything more than a yard or so thanks to a great play by cornerback Bill Shefflin.
But they are rolling the clock.
Yep, 50 seconds now left. 45.
Ray, what do you do here?
If you're SMU, I would be very, very tempted not to punt the football.
Well, what I would do is run the clock down to 1 second, take time out, and then when you came back, run a play.
29 seconds. 6 seconds left on that 25-second clock. Maybe they'll take a penalty. 3 seconds. 1. Well, they're going to take a penalty with 18 seconds left. Or did they get a timeout in? I do not know. I did not see a flag.
There's the flag.
Now the flag. All right. There's the 5-yard penalty. Now remember, if they punt the ball by Sikahema, who has run back a punt for a touchdown, is back for Brigham Young. But remember, too, that the Cougars have 10 men up on the line. They might try to block this punt. And there is Vi Sikahema, the freshman from Mesa, Arizona. Big rush. Got it! And they blocked it. The ball is at the 41-yard line of SMU. 13 seconds left. Brigham Young has a chance. There is the punter, Eric Pipus.
It comes from the left side. The left end, he was never blocked.
That was Bill Shefflin. Bill Shefflin blocked it. 13 seconds left. The Cougars have a chance. They have McMahon, who broke all those NC2A passing records. SMU is still making some defensive changes. They just got their 11th man onto the field. All right, McMahon all the way back. He throws it incomplete at the 25-yard line of SMU with 9 seconds left in the game.
He had Clay Brown down at about the 25-yard depth. And with his running ability, if he'd gotten him the ball, there's an opportunity to take it all the way.
The incomplete pass stops the clock with 9 seconds remaining. Now let's see what SMU does. They have 3 men up front.
The pressure is all on the defense at this point. Having lost as big a lead as they have, I'm sure that they're starting to feel it.
2nd down at the SMU 41. 9 seconds left. The clock started with the snap. 8 seconds. 7 seconds. He's going for the end zone. He has a man down there, but it's out of bounds. Number 87, Lloyd Jones, was down there with 3 seconds left. The clock is stopped. One more chance, perhaps, barring a penalty. One more chance, perhaps, for the Cougars. Defending on the play was number 25, Dick Blaylock. Remember now, SMU has been playing without John Simmons, their great cornerback, since much earlier in the game. That tells us how much time remains here at the 3rd annual Holiday Bowl. Brigham Young has been here now for every one of these bowls. Lost to Navy the first one. Lost by 1 point to Indiana last year. Down by 6 now. 3 seconds left. 3rd and 10 at the SMU 41-yard line. McMahon all the way back at his own 46. Throwing for the end zone. Receivers are there. Defenders are there. It is in the end zone. Who has the ball? BYU. Touchdown! Touchdown!
I think it was the tight end, Clay Brown.
He was there, among others.
They let him run down the center of the field. Content to lay back in the end zone. SMU players are frozen on the sideline.
Now, the score is tied at 45. Now look at it again.
They've got a three-man rush. McMahon gets excellent protection, and he throws it from his own 45-yard line. This ball will end up about 5 yards deep in the end zone. There's Brown going up with the two defenders, and he outscraps him for it.
It is Clay Brown who caught it. Now all the pressure goes on this special team. We're going to watch the touchdown again. We have not yet reached the extra point. It was Clay Brown who caught it. Now, Kurt Gunther will try to win it for Brigham Young. The kick is up. Good! Brigham Young in an absolutely unpredictable, wild finish has defeated SMU in one of the most spectacular college football endings I have ever seen.
Are you kidding me? Down 20 points with under 4 minutes left. What an improbable comeback win for the Cougars. Jim McMahon rising to the occasion, throwing for 315 yards and 3 touchdowns in the second half alone to give BYU its first 12-win season and, more importantly, its first ever bowl victory. Now, McMahon would be the catalyst for another bowl victory 5 years later, a Super Bowl victory with the Chicago Bears. Lavelle Edwards tells us what his vantage point was like from the sidelines during that amazing Hail Mary.
When we called the play, Eric Lane was our fullback. And so Doug Scoville, when he called the play, he said everybody deep, and he said back stay in the block to give max protection. Well, I didn't watch what the backs did, but all I know is that when Jim threw the ball and then Clay came down with it, Eric Lane was the first guy that went up like this before the referee did. You know? And then I remember thinking, man, he did a nice job blocking.
For SMU, the loss was heartbreaking. After gaining almost 400 yards on the ground and dominating most of the game, the Mustangs just couldn't hold on in the end. But their stellar running attack was a sign of things to come. Over the next 4 years, the Mustangs would be among the elite teams in college football, including an undefeated season and 3 Southwest Conference championships in that span. The Pony Express would depart in 1983. After a year in the USFL, Craig James jumped to the NFL, and in 1985, he was the league's Offensive Player of the Year with the New England Patriots. And of course, Eric Dickerson would go on to become one of the greatest running backs in NFL history. Thanks for watching CSTV's Retrovision. I'm Greg Amsinger. Ready? Now let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Wow, great Retrovision in the books, and the Curtis Commission still to come at 10 p.m. Eastern tonight. It's the premiere of our own Brian Curtis's new show, where he tackles the pressing issues facing college sports with the people who deal with them for a living, the conference commissioners. It's the Curtis Commission tonight at 10 Eastern on CSTV. First up, the CSTV double take of TCU and SMU from Saturday, and oh, what a difference a week makes. We'll be back with more Game Tracker Live later tonight.
It's time for a showdown, and TCU is ready. Done with time, now flushed out, unload, touchdown, Garrett Moore scores. The Frogs have held the Sooners. For those of you who did not believe, we hope they change your mind. Can the Mustangs rise to the occasion? Can they defend their turf against a team that has people believing? We'll find out tonight as Cowtown meets Big D. Next. Tonight from a sultry Dallas, Texas, it's a battle for the Iron Skillet as 22nd-ranked TCU visits SMU on a beautiful evening in the Lone Star State.
This is a TCU club coming in red hot after a 17-10 victory last week in Norman, Oklahoma, becoming the first unranked team to open the season with the road win against a top 10 club since 1995 when the Wildcats beat the Fighting Irish by 2. And it's the highest ranked opponent beaten by TCU since a 6-0 win over Darrell Royal's #1 ranked Longhorns back in 1961. Hello, everybody. With former Michigan State quarterback Bill Burke, I'm Tom Hart, and this TCU ball club got a win last week in Norman, and one big reason, their quarterback Ty Gunn.
Well, quarterback Ty Gunn was the biggest reason, it had the biggest impact on their win last week in Norman. He's a big, strong passer, has a lot of mobility. You'll see him run the option a little bit here tonight. As we look at Ty Gunn and some of his statistics, really the fifth-year senior, the invaluable experience that he brings to the table is really the biggest asset. He just doesn't make bad decisions.
Ty Gunn is certainly a winner, but for SMU, 2 separate quarterbacks saw action last week. And tonight, it's running quarterback Jared Romo who gets to start in the spread offense.
You know what? 2 quarterbacks have made contributions to this team. Tony Eckert, he's the bigger pocket passer. Jared Romo will scramble around a little bit. He's going to bring a lot of athleticism to the table. He's going to have a chance to manage the game just a little bit better than Tony Eckert has in the past.
Now let's go straight to the SMU locker room with head coach Phil Bennett.
Let yourself enjoy this game. You understand? Yes, sir. Start to finish. Start to finish. Just like we talked about, inch by inch, play by play. You understand that? Yes, sir. Everybody alive on this sideline throughout 60 minutes. Hey, sideline. What we say? Play smart. Play what? Play tough. Let's go.
And SMU looks to play winning football against a rival from Fort Worth. It's TCU and SMU next.
This referee's a jackass.
No, I believe that's a zebra.
It's wild, it's wacky, it's a whole new ball game. Mario Superstar Baseball, only for Nintendo GameCube, rated E for everyone.
What is that? It looks like someone's belly. Yeah, probably lost it walking on the beach.
Into the 10, open ahead to the 5. CSTV is the home of Navy football. The excitement, the pageantry, the tradition. Navy midshipmen, America's team, and proud members of CSTV Football Nation. For a complete Football Nation schedule, log on to CSTV.com. CSTV, the home of Navy football. CSTV Football Nation is brought to you by Budweiser, bright, crisp, clean, pure, the king of beers, and by Under Armour Performance Apparel. The advantage is undeniable. Tonight from Gerald J. Ford Stadium, it's SMU and TCU. As you get a look at Gary Patterson, 33-17 in his career, including 3 conference championships at TCU. And on the other sideline, a man who just talked to his team about getting out playing smart, playing hard. It's Phil Bennett, his 4th season here in Dallas. 6-30, and that includes a loss last week at Baylor to open the season here at Ford Stadium. TCU will kick off. It's Peter Lococo, junior from Fort Worth and Nolan Catholic High School. And to receive for the Mustangs, Jesse Henderson on one side. Henderson 3 returns for 66 yards last week against Oklahoma. Blake Warren is next to him just outside of the end zone. As the Mustangs and the Frogs battle for the Iron Skillet tonight in Dallas. And it is a gorgeous night for football here in the Lone Star State, and we're ecstatic to be bringing it to you as part of Football Nation on CSTV. Henderson deep in the end zone will let it go out the back. And so SMU will start 1st and 10 at the 20. And they'll be led today by senior Jared Romo. Romo came in from Antelope Valley Community College. He is a running quarterback. And last week against Baylor, he rushed for 82 yards and a 21-yard touchdown. 6'2", 215. He only attempted 8 passes last year, completed 3 of them, against the Sooners for 42 yards and almost doubled that total with his legs. This is an SMU offense that will spread it out very often, but unlike some, they choose to run out of the spread offense. And Romo working with a one-back set will look to throw on the first play, and it's incomplete. No flag on the play. SMU wanted it. And here's a look at your lineups brought to you by Budweiser. For SMU along the line, Urbanus, Pavito, Pointer, Kieschnick, and Guidry, and they've shuffled a lot along that line. Backs and receivers include Dorsey, Foster, who they just tried to go to, Chase, Pellerin, and Kennedy. An all-conference tight end last year is Kennedy. He's on the top of your screen. Romo working out of 2 backs now, gives it off to Dorsey. And Dorsey gain of about 4 on the play, brought down by Chase Ortiz. This is a very good TCU defense, brought to you by Budweiser. Ortiz, Ray, Kessler, and Blake. And Ray, the senior defensive tackle from San Antonio, is the one that makes the move. This is a 4-2-5 defense, just 2 linebackers and 5 in the secondary, including Brian Bonner, who plays at a strong safety position as basically a Sam linebacker, as he'll play up near the line of scrimmage in this TCU defense. 3rd and 6 for SMU. Last week, they struggled against Baylor in 3rd down conversion. TCU looking to bring the house, and this pass is complete for an SMU first down to Chris Foster, a senior from Plano, who transferred in from Minnesota Morris, an NAIA school. Foster, nice little pattern to come into the middle, Bill.
Well, Romo's a big guy, like we mentioned at the top. He's going to throw that quick slant. Good read and great toughness standing in the pocket under pressure.
SMU going with the no huddle. That is common for Phil Bennett's ball club. Helping out in the backfield is Dorsey. He'll take it and look to spring free, but he'll be thrown for a loss. That SMU offensive line lets a couple guys come through.
This SMU offense will use multiple formations. They'll use many different personnel groups trying to confuse that TCU defense, and a lot of different options when you have Romo standing back in that shotgun running the spread.
Dorsey, a sophomore from New Boston, Texas. It's a 2-back set now with Dorsey and Rishuel Massey, the sophomore from Hillsboro. Romo on a design draw gets it back to the line of scrimmage, but not much more. Chase Ortiz, a sophomore from League City. Jason Phillips, a redshirt freshman, was also in there.
You know what? Running this quarterback draw, the design quarterback draw out of the shotgun, gives Romo a little bit better chance to see where the lanes are as opposed to when you're starting this play from under center.
SMU continues to run the no huddle. And that's expected. Cedric Dorsey, the lone back, 3 receivers at the top, as Romo hollers at the play to his running back Dorsey. 3rd and long. Try to set up the backside screen, and that pass is incomplete, looking for Ryan Kennedy. David Roach, a sophomore from Abilene, snipped it out.
Sometimes you think about why the design of this play didn't work. Sometimes you just got to give credit to the defense for making a great play. Roach read it all the way and had a beat on the receiver, Ryan Kennedy.
Well, this TCU defense runs out of a 4-2-5. Most people think that that's a nickel-type defense, but it does a lot of different things, including getting 8-9 guys up in the box.
Well, really designed to stop the run. As you mentioned, you can get those extra players in the box. You can also run some nickel at it, so it's very flexible, very versatile.
Chris McMurtry, the punter, gives off a clean one. Corey Rogers wants a fair catch, and he'll take it there at the 29, and that's for TCU. And Ty Gunn will take over. Ty Gunn is a fifth-year senior from LaGrange High School. And he is a true leader on this team. In fact, he led his LaGrange ball club to 2 state championships.
This guy knows how to win. He's done it in the past, and he plans on doing it here in this senior season at TCU. He's got to be feeling real good, real confident after coming off that big win in Norman.
Well, he's battled all sorts of injuries. And he'll roll out, have a chance to throw. Good pressure and great coverage downfield. Incomplete as we take a look at the Budweiser starting lineup for TCU along that TCU line. And it is a senior-laden line. Only one junior. That's Herbert Taylor, the right tackle, on that line. Backs and receivers, Hobbs and Robert Merrill will see time in the backfield. Rogers, Harmon, Grimmett, and Andrus, a very good tight end coming off of a knee injury suffered last season against Texas Tech. 2nd and 10 for Ty Gunn, who's named the Mountain West Player of the Week. Here's a late pitch, gets it to his man Hobbs, and Hobbs has a first down across the 40 up to the 44. Budweiser's starting lineup now for this SMU defensive front. Stansberry, Haywood, Bonds, and Rogers across the front. The true leader is the middle linebacker D.D. Lee. Lee missed all of last year, basically. Humphrey, Harper, Sturdivant, and Jones in the defensive backfield. And Rolando Humphrey had 10 tackles last week in that loss against the Baylor Bears. So a 1st and 10 for TCU from the 44. Grimmett in motion. They keep it on the ground and past the 50 and into SMU territory is Lonte Hobbs. Jamie Harper had the tackle for SMU. Lonte Hobbs, a senior from Clarksville, 34 touchdowns in his TCU career, and part of a very talented Horned Frog backfield that includes Robert Merrill, a junior from San Antonio's Taft High School.
You know, the coaches really love the experience that Ty Gunn brings to the table. He's a 5th-year guy, doesn't make bad decisions. If you get him in a situation where he's 3rd and long, instead of forcing the ball downfield, he makes the smart throw, gets rid of the ball, throws it out of bounds. He gets you into the right plays and doesn't lose the game for you.
That comment you just made, Bill, that's a lot easier said than done. A lot of coaches want that out of their quarterback, but they put a lot of pressure on themselves sometimes. And this time Ty Gunn couldn't find the open receiver, but incomplete pass much better than an interception after 2nd and short.
No question. That all comes down to managing the game. You'll see Ty Gunn throw it here, make an attempt. But as you mentioned, you really have to know the smart thing to do in certain situations. Sometimes it's better to give the ball to your punt team, let your defense try and get the ball back for you.
Gary Patterson, the 2002 Conference USA Coach of the Year. TCU left the conference for the Mountain West. Flag on the play, and that is bobbled. Joe Sturdivant with the coverage. Welcome to Gerald J. Ford Stadium in Dallas, Texas, as 22nd ranked TCU comes in to take on SMU. I'm Tom Hart alongside Bill Burke. We hope you enjoyed Navy versus Stanford. And now you get a chance to see a very talented quarterback, a senior leader, Ty Gunn, and this TCU ball club, which knocked off 7th ranked Oklahoma just last week in Norman.
Talked a little bit about Ty Gunn and why that experience is so valuable. Anytime you're a 5th-year guy, you really make those smart decisions. The game slows down for you. You've heard that before. There's no panic in Ty Gunn. You won't see any of that here tonight. Really makes good decisions all the way around.
Brian Courtney, a junior from San Diego. Averaged 44 yards a punt. To receive is Blake Warren. Courtney had one blocked last week against Oklahoma, and this went off the side of his foot, and SMU will get fantastic field position for their 2nd possession of this game. Just about 4 minutes off the clock and scoreless thus far. TCU makes a trip across the Metroplex to try and build on their win of 7th ranked Oklahoma last week. Nothing decided thus far.
This is who I